Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Patches In podcast. My name is Dom, and I'm here with Hamish.
Hi everyone.
And I'm here with you.
Hi.
Oh my god, that's disgusting.
We're leaving that one, right?
I was drinking something.
You get introduced. We've done it every time. We've done this 10 times now or something like that.
Aye, but I thought I could finish before you got to me.
I'll do it one more time.
No, I like that one. I like that one.
No, I just roll with it.
Serves him right.
It's never going to get better, we used to.
Ruin all our one.
We're here to talk about games, movies and TV shows that we've seen in the last couple of weeks. Starting off right now, Hugh, what have you been up to?
Right into it, man.
Is that way? You got to be like that?
You got to start thinking about what I've been doing this week.
Again, you know this as well. Why are you not prepared?
Because I don't want to be prepared. It's off the cuff. It's funny. It's never funny.
It's never funny. It's funny to us, and that's all that matters. Is it funny to us?
I'm actually watching ourselves now because there's people in my work listening to this now.
Oh, right.
So I have to be careful for what I say.
Yeah.
Because they're all cunts.
Well, there you hear it here first. Hugh's work pals are cunts.
You need to watch what you say because they're all cunts. That's a great start from watching what you're saying.
Anyway, I was playing Gears 5.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the big one, isn't it? Gears 5.
So,
is it actually out or is it just on Game Pass?
It was out yesterday.
If you had your Game Pass, you got it out 5 days beforehand, 4 days?
4 days. You got it on the 6th on Friday.
Yeah.
If you had Game Pass Ultimate, and if you hadn't, if you pre-ordered, it's just the 10th.
Yeah. You do get the Sarah Connor and the T1000, don't you?
Yeah, T800. I think you get that as long as you play within this week. So if you're playing the release week, you get it even if you didn't pre-order. Or it's something like if the Game Pass people, because obviously you can't pre-order if you've got Game Pass.
Yeah, because we had that sort of conversation before, like, will you get all those bonus features if you've just got the Game Pass? And we were quite concerned that they were, well, if you buy the physical copy, you're going to get this instead. Yeah. But it was nice that they did that.
Mm-hmm.
I also bought the physical copy by accident. I pre-ordered it months ago. Yeah, on Amazon, and it turned up as I was playing Gears 5. I was like, oh, this is useless now.
But could you send it back?
I'm sending it back.
That's
like
right,
£70.
Yeah, well,
it was like the Ultimate Edition.
Oh, right, okay.
I looked at the Ultimate Edition like features, and it was like downloadable content and stickers, and I was like, nah, this is going back.
Yeah.
I'm not paying that much for downloadable content and stickers.
Like physical stickers? Like,
yeah.
I would have taken them out and sent it back.
Nah, it has to be sealed though.
Well, you return it and say, I'm returning it because it wasn't sealed and my sticklers aren't here.
My sticklers.
The reason I bought it was for the stickers, obviously.
Yeah, look at me, I'm a child.
But I did get on Game Pass, which is awesome, by the way.
Yeah, I'm loving Game Pass so much.
I haven't played too much of the multiplayer because we haven't been online together a lot lately.
Yeah, Hamish, you were away for a wee bit.
Yeah, I was at a wedding at the weekend. I was in Fort William. So it was if you want me to review drinking games, then I'm your man. After that weekend.
You seen like a Highland Coo as well?
Yeah, that was cool. It was a really nice place. I was just outside of Fort William, a place called Cool. Pronounced Cool, but it's spelled Caol. I had no idea how to actually.
Cool.
Yeah, that's why I was calling it. And then the taxi driver was like, "Yeah, it's cool." And I was like, "What, me saying it is cool?" Like, cool like that? Like, what?
That's a lot of confusion.
Yeah.
But back to Gears 5.
Yes. Oh, right.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Stop taking away from my story.
Gears 5 is our story, mate.
Yeah,
My story.
Okay, continue, Hugh.
Yeah, go ahead, Hugh.
No, actually, you played Horde mode, haven't you?
Horde.
I can't say
The
that.
Horde.
Horde.
I call it Horde.
Horde mode.
Horde mode.
Yeah, I've played Horde modes. I've played Versus. I've played some Escape.
How is Escape? Because that looked really interesting. We were talking about that's what we should do because it's like free on
Yeah,
sort of
free.
one. Or free something.
It's interesting. You get different ones every week. They have like a kind of featured one. You can go back and do the other ones, but there's one every week. It is fun. You get set characters to play from. Each character you can kind of set up a build of what you want, and you level them up. Just like the rest of the multiplayer, you level characters up, and then you unlock like card slots so you can make them better, basically.
All right.
The only thing is, you will in any. This doesn't just go for Escape, but any online mode, if you're playing with randoms, you'll get absolute idiots. And the ammo is very limited. You start off with just your pistol, just your sidearm.
Is that a snub pistol?
Well, it depends who you are. It's snub or like I went Sarah Connor. She's up your tank, by the way. She can take a lot of hits and keep going. She's got like a bolt-talk pistol, but you start off with that and then you need to kill some enemies to pick up their guns and stuff like that. But the ammo is so limited, and if you get some moron that just runs ahead and grabs all the ammo, they end up getting downed and you can't save them because you've got no ammo left or anything like that. You know what I mean? So it's definitely like the rest of it, really.
You need to have teamwork there. You need to have strong camaraderie, or you need to have everyone talking and working together rather than working for themselves.
You will rarely get people that are decent, but like earlier on, I went through waves 1 to 50 of Horde mode. You know, we finished it, no continues, and that was just randoms. No one was talking or anything like that, so we were lucky enough to get through it. It's good fun though.
So how you've been playing the story? Because I know Hugh, you've been playing quite a lot of the story.
Yeah, I'm just about to finish Act 2. I'm right at a hard boss, and I just keep getting beat. It's like a berserker, but worse.
Matriarch or something.
Yeah,
like that?
and like you have to like freeze her in ice and shoot her, and then like I thought I had her, and I was like, I've got her, and then like she did something out of pattern, and just jumped on me and murdered, and I was like, no.
What difficulty are you playing it on?
Just a normal one. Just normal one.
Normal.
I haven't found it. I haven't found it hard right up until this point, so I think it might just be.
Learning.
Yeah, I just can't be bothered.
You just crap.
Yeah.
You just shite. You need to get good.
Yeah, well,
GG mate, get.
But like, if this was another, like, I put a lot of hours into this so far. Like, if this was any other Gears game, I think I'd be like Act 3 or 4 by now.
Yeah.
In the finale.
But like, I'm on Act 2, and then like, after Act 1 is like any other Gears. Act 2 opens up like a small open world. Yeah. Not an open world, but an open area where things are all around the map, and you have to kind of unlock things, not in an order, but you like stumble across like downed plains and like just things for different parts of different missions. So you kind of piece them together, and then you've got a wee bit of side story here, side story there, and then the actual story going forward. So it isn't like Far Cry or Assassin's Creed where they go, here's the map, bang, 100 icons.
While you're in, and
there's no icons. And like there's some like nice little stories like that you can pick up from walking by NPCs that you can then continue later on. You're like, I heard that name earlier.
And who is that, and what's their part in this story? And
like the first act is really really good, but it's standard Gears, which isn't bad because Gears is great,
and it's a Gears of War game, so you can't expect that, don't you? But
do you think it's played safer to the start rather than like, because I remember I've been watching Jason play a wee bit of 4, and like the start of 4 is brilliant because he plays Dom, like past Dom and stuff like that.
You're playing as Dom.
You're playing like before Z-Day, or what was the day called?
Emergency
Day, E-Day, sorry.
The Pendulum Wars.
Yeah, so you're 2 years before that, and then during it, and then it's after it. So he's like, oh man, I hope the game's like that, and then it was all shooting robots for most of it.
Yeah.
Do you think the intro of this game is a lot better?
Yeah, it's
and it doesn't let down from it. It goes, there you are, now have this open plane to dick about.
Yeah, it shows you something and you think that's going to be the game.
Yeah.
And then it goes, oh no, here we're going to go this way with it, because like your main character changes as well.
Alright. So are you Kate just now? Or?
You start as JD Phoenix.
Yeah.
And then you go over to Kate, and
she is on the box.
And it's really like the story is actually pretty damn good because you find out a lot of stuff about like Locust and where they came from and like who the Locust Queen was and stuff like that, and like you're actually starting to get the things you wanted to get at the end of Gears 3.
Yeah, because I remember you fought the Locust Queen.
Mira, is that her name?
Yeah. And Marcus was like, you killed that rude, and then
but like Marcus is such a more subtle character in this. Like not as subtle for a guy that punches people in the face and they blow up.
He's got the Kratos God of War treatment. Like you get the first E and he's just mental, but now he's older and
he's
wiser.
A scarred, wise old soldier.
You just want to hear him shout, boy.
Boy. But no, like it's almost like Gears of War's matured to a point, like, and we've actually got a better storytelling and like a wider set of gameplay options. Like, and I'm seriously enjoying the campaign. It's creepy, it's super creepy. And I'm playing it with like 7.1 headset on, and like the sounds are excellent, and the graphics in this game are the best I've ever seen.
We were talking about that with the beta and how much fun it was playing that. You obviously, you guys are on the Xbox One X. Playing for that as well, and 60 frames 4K.
Have you Digital Foundry, the channel that breaks everything down? They like broke down Gears 5 for the Xbox One and the Xbox One S and the PC. PC's obviously at the highest settings far and away better.
Always will be.
The S is really good. It's at 30 frames per second in the campaign, but the X is 60 frames per second in the campaign, and you think it doesn't make a difference until you're playing it, and you're like, actually, this feels better.
I even said that when we whenever I was up at yours playing a wee bit of Gears 4, and I seen like even that been upscaled to the 60 felt a lot better. I was like, I could actually play this game a bit more on the 60.
It's not unplayable.
No, it's not unplayable. No.
But you notice the difference. Yeah.
The full package is on the X, which is what it is now with consoles. Like you get almost like a lesser experience.
Yeah,
even slightly.
It's unfortunate when that happens though. But now like you've got the backup for it with this Game Pass sort of being there at your disposal. You can download any game that you want to now. The only issue now with like consoles over PC is the space.
Yeah,
it seems. But then even now PCs, like
don't get me started on the Xbox One, man. It's a fucking also a great bit of kit. Also fucking so bad in other ways. Like it's got so many flaws that everyone talks about online. Because I've searched for these, like the external storage thing. Like where it's always constantly saying there's an error, and then it says it's external storage is connected.
Yeah,
and then like I'll be playing like a game that's stored on my hard drive that is the Xbox One official external drive, and it'll reset, and it'll say, "Oh, your drive's ready to use now," and you're like, "What the fuck?"
Cuts you the game.
And I've searched the Xbox's forums, and people have got these problems, and they've had them for 4 years.
Yeah.
And they're just like, "Oh, there's nothing you can do about it."
That's what happens.
Yeah, I went through it recently as well. It was just an external one. It wasn't the Xbox official one, but just dead basically. Like, and people were coming up with all these different, like, try this, try that. Try a different power supply, all these kind of things. You try them all, none of them work. I've just chucked it basically and got a new external. But
I think it's to do with the Xbox tries to power. And it's not what anybody wants to hear, but the Xbox tries to power the hard drive all the time.
Yeah.
And sometimes it breaks it by doing that, so like
needs to repair it.
But Microsoft will never admit that.
So a lot of problem is if you're having like your Xbox on the always on mode, the rest and stuff like that, then it's constantly powering it.
But I don't think you can fix it after it starts doing that, because I had to delete loads of stuff off mine because I thought it was to do with the fact that it was at 99% full. And it did work for a little while, and then again it started to just constantly fail. Yeah. So what I do now is a game I'm playing all the time, I just move it into my internal.
See, I do that like if it's a game where it would be an absolute pain in the ass for me to get cut off halfway, like if it wouldn't save or whatever, I just move it to internal. But now that I've got the new hard drive, it hopefully won't be a problem.
So what are you rating Gears at then? Really good.
Really good. Like Gears 4 was super safe. Good game. Like, don't get me wrong, it's good. It was a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like, definitely play it. It's not going to blow you away. But Gears 5 is the best entry since Gears 2.
Okay, that's pretty high praise, I would say.
It is, because Gears 3 and 4, good games. Judgment I haven't played, so I can't judge that.
No.
So, but Gears 2...
I'm not giving him any props for that. That's fucking terrible.
That's what I gave him props for. But yeah.
But Gears 1 and 2, excellent games. Yeah. Like proper 9/10s. This is right up there with them.
Okay.
4 is still really good. I still recommend playing 4 and 3. But
I thought 4 was a bit too repetitive with some of the things that it do.
Honestly, I think it was because it was Coalition's first game.
Yeah, we did talk about that, saying that you felt that they did play a bit too safe for it, but then it's because they didn't by Microsoft. Maybe Microsoft are like, we don't want you to fuck this up, guys. Play it safe.
You like that drink, Hamish?
Oh, is that good, man? What was you drinking today? Because a lot of people didn't hear the cans opening.
Sparkly cans.
Sparkly cans. We get some Captain Morgans today.
Oh, there you go.
You just need to see by the end of the video like how far.
But this video podcast.
See, since we're talking about rating Gears, I've been thinking about it because I have been playing the past few days, and it's really difficult because we've talked about what we like about Gears, but see, playing online. There's a lot of glitches, a lot of problems, a lot of bugs.
We had the issues.
Glitch talk as well.
Yeah. I had a lot of issues with the beta with the National shotgun, but then that's always been the case with Gears.
Yeah,
like that's always seems overpowered. You can't really take that away because it's big and competitive play. From what I've read and from what Ross has been telling us for it, it's been.
That's the kind of staple, and you just run up and shoot them. But it's not even like that. Like this is overpowered, this isn't. But it's just actual bugs. Like. Even doing the horde mode, it was seeming like it didn't know who was MVP because you get a ribbon if you do the best performance, and there was times where like I would have maybe say like 10 10 kills, 15,000 damage, 3 revives, 2 whatevers, and then there'd be someone with only like 4 kills, half the points, half the revives, like, you know, less than me and everything, but they would get MVP. Or, you know, it happened to me as well. Like, sometimes I was downed for most of a round. I got like 2 kills, and then I get MVP. Like, it's
and you walked about like Hulk Hogan, fucking.
that kind of
hot
stuff.
dog in the
like,
grandstand.
Fair enough. That's not really a problem. But some people are having worse ones, like their Nash or shotgun not even going off, or just no hit detection whatsoever
And then they
from it.
explode.
And, like,
Yeah.
I've seen people jumping over, like, you know, you can mantle over things.
Yeah, and
They get halfway and then they go back, and then they just keep doing that. Like, they're stuck, and people, like, some of the AI sometimes runs up to you when you're downed, and then just fuck off and run away, and you're like, hey, I'm still here.
They actually said that was going to be a big thing in this, that the AI was going to be smarter and actually revive you, which in the campaign is a thing. Because like sometimes, you know, when you're in a campaign, especially like Halo or Gears, when you're downed, you're like, my team is never coming to get me. Like, they're just going to all die there. But see, my favourite glitch so far from the campaign, there's a lot of these going on where, like, you know how in Gears the story moments are like you go through a level and doors open and you have to wait on a character who opens the door for you and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I got to a part where Kate was waiting on someone opening this door and the prompt just never appeared. Like, so I was stuck in this box. So I was like, well, I'll just reload the last checkpoint. My character reloaded into a white screen, like a completely white screen, and then all the other characters fell in and died. and then it just went, oh, you died. And then I was like,
cool.
I was like, right, okay, I'll reload the checkpoint before that. Same thing. It's like the level just wasn't loading, and everyone was just falling from a great distance.
That's the kind of shit I get worried about. Like, I don't mind a wee glitch that just causes a problem, but see when I'm like, oh, is my save file fucked? That's when I get annoyed. You know what I mean? But see when you were saying, like, they're talking about trying to make the AI smarter and stuff like that. It's maybe something that they've done with that and they've fucked up. But I get the feeling that, see, when either one of your guys gets downed, or when you can obviously down enemies in Horde and in Versus and stuff like that. This was in Versus specifically. I would like down an enemy, and my teammates, they were just playing AI just to see what it was like, you know, not offline, but you know, just me. It was as if as soon as someone gets downed, the Xbox or the game decides, right, that person's going to pick them up. Aye. So
that one person that you, no matter where they are on the map, they're going to pick them up.
Because there would be a downed person, a downed enemy. My team would be like near them, wouldn't even act like they existed. You know what I mean? Like they wouldn't care about them at all. And you know, you could see someone just run into that. So it's that's why I think it's maybe the thought. Oh, we'll do a wee buddy system when they get downed. They'll come and help them. Yeah. But it's backfired. Yeah. But I mean,
they'll update it, and these things will be smoothed out. And this is why I don't feel as harshly about these glitches. I mean, I pay $7.99 for Game Pass, and you're getting this game, and they're going to keep updating it because that's the only reason that studio exists. And that's the reason I think that Gears 4 was so safe. Because if you put out a Gears that no one cared about and lost money, Microsoft's going to shut you down.
Yeah, Microsoft have just been like...
So, like,
I mean, they're definitely going to keep updating it because obviously they've got this new... It's not a battle pass. What's it called? Like the tour rewards.
Yeah, thing? It's very Fortnite.
Like Fortnite, Apex Legends kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, and this is another reason why I'm struggling to decide on a kind of rating for it, because I generally don't. It's not that I don't like those kind of things, but it's just that everyone's doing them these days. So you feel like you've got 10 games that you need to log in and play each day to get your new things. But at the same time, like when I finished my objectives yesterday, I remember turning the game off, and then I was like, I wonder what my objectives will be tomorrow. Like I'm still looking forward to doing it. You know what I mean? So it doesn't feel like a grind because I'm enjoying it. But
do you think we have to start rating games on modes? Like campaign is a 9 out of 10. Or whatever, and then horde mode is like 5 if it's bad. Obviously, I'm not saying it's 5, but Like, because games are coming out and they're so segmented now. Because everyone's like, oh, the guy that likes campaign, me, like. You love this bit, but
you love the multiplayer, giving everyone a bit of everything.
Because if you rate it all as 1 and then one part brings everything else down, it's kind of unfair. But
see, that's another thing that some people are complaining about, as well as your tour objectives. You get like medals, and it'll be things that they will help level you up, but it'll be get so many eliminations in Horde, for example, and then some people are saying, I want to play Hordes, I want to play Versus and still get experience towards this.
Yeah, well, get the boosts.
You'll get experience in other ways, but there will be some things that you miss out on.
Yeah.
And some of the things in this tour season, or whatever you want to call it, they're like skins from characters that you see in the campaign, and other people are saying that should be available to everybody. That shouldn't be gone, and I think it's 3 months or something like that, so fair enough, that's quite a lot of time probably, but it's still like you don't want to.
I don't want to miss out because I'm not playing it. See if I go in 6 months, right? I'm going to really get into this Gears multiplayer. But I've missed out all this.
You see all these cool things that everyone else has got, and you're like, oh cool, I'll get them, and then you find out no.
But I've maxed out the campaign, so I really like these characters, but I can never get these skins
because I enjoyed the campaign and that was it. Well, but as the day what modern gamers are sort of going for now, they want everyone to have that daily recurrence.
Yeah, it's a struggle because
it gets people coming back, it gets people paying money, you know what I mean? But
I've got a pile of games. Like, I've got Astral Chain that came out, and I've got it sitting there, and I'm like, as soon as I'm finished Final Fantasy VIII Remaster and Gears 5, I'll get to Astral Chain, which is meant to be amazing as well.
Yeah.
But I'm still trying to chip away at Fire Emblem.
Yeah, so
which I haven't really put any hours into this week.
Oh, Hamish's face.
Fucking Fire Emblem again, man.
It's such a good game.
I thought you were going to start by a sentence that I haven't put many hours into, and I was going to say fucking what? 4 podcasts later, man.
It's one of those games that I'm going to be playing for the next year, probably. Fire Emblem, yeah. Like Final Fantasy. May as well just go to Final Fantasy 8 now.
Again.
Okay. But like the remaster came out on the 4th.
Yep.
Or the 3rd. And I got it for the Xbox One, and oh my god, that first day, I think I got an hour's worth of progress and like 6 hours of playing because of save file corruption, and my external drive just kept shitting. And then like what I would do is download it onto my internal drive, I'd start playing it, and I'd go away and do something else, I'd come back to open up the application again, and my Xbox just wouldn't open it. You know how when you press on the icon, it'll go the full screen,
and then tell you it's taking too long.
It just wouldn't do it, and I'd have to delete it and re-download it.
Jesus,
5 or 6 times. So like I was. It's lucky I love that game. Because I was getting so annoyed. I was googling it, but the game was out for like fucking 6 hours at that time, so there wasn't a lot of information out.
Yeah.
And it just was so frustrating.
I'm assuming they patched it now.
Not that I've seen, but I think I've got by where the issue was.
I'm sure they will patch something like that. Like if people can't even. I remember the very first Assassin's Creed, and I can't remember if it was Christmas or something like that, but I got it and pure excited to play it. And then after like the very first tutorial mission, it just
I remember
died,
you
man. And
told me about this.
It was like 4 or 6 months or something like that later. Like I found out, we've patched that by the way, and I was like, I'm done. I'm over it. Nah, I went back to it obviously, but that was really annoying, man.
Yeah, thanks for that as well. So does it still live up to your expectations? Did it bring back childhood memories playing it? Mispronouncing all the GFs like I did for like, what's it I always called Quetzalcoatl? What were the
Quetzalcoatl?
It's basically it's a giant eel with wings that shoots electricity.
But Quetzalcoatl thing, that's not a real thing, but like it's Native American, isn't it?
Native American is
a real thing?
It's like a god or something.
God of eels.
Maybe should
Quetzalcoatl, some kind of god, and there's Queen Quetzalcoatl, and there's some other thing.
But that's a guardian force, a summon. You ever played RPG?
Yeah, like the big boss summon things. Ifrit and stuff. No, that's a boss.
Ifrit is one.
Ifrit's one.
I
very, very, very vaguely remember some of it from when I played them.
Let me set it up right. This game came out in 1999.
How many years ago was it?
That's 20 years ago, right? On the PlayStation 1, so you're assuming this game is going to... The original game looks like shit. Especially Final Fantasy VIII, because they tried to... tried to make it look super detailed.
Because of 7? Because 7
was blocky.
Yeah, but very underworld.
But it was super blurry. Like, so you couldn't make out faces and
limitations, isn't there?
What they've done in this one is they've updated the character models to make them HD.
This is the one that you put up a video of them?
Yeah, on Instagram.
The zoom in.
Oh, was that them? That was me.
Yeah.
I was like that.
Was that Final Fantasy VIII?
Yeah. It's like you're the best looking guy in this game. Or best looking guy in this room, and then because originally what they had was like you're the best looking guy in this room, and then it would zoom into Squall's face, but it was all messed up because it was all pixelated. Still blurry. But now it zooms right into it, and you can see him all in HD glory.
Actually, looks good. Like, Like all the character models look really, really good. I think it was I can't remember. It's a French developer that has done all of the Final Fantasy like remasters. But there's some funny things. Like the characters are HD, but the backgrounds are still super like faded and undetailed, and the textures are flat.
Have they upgraded them at all?
Not really, no.
No?
It kind of looks weird because you've got, and even some of the enemies and stuff like that don't have updated sprites or whatever their models are. So like your characters are looking like good standing there.
Hey.
Like, everything else is blurry, but
It's a strange decision.
it's still a good game because good game lasts past its like.
Especially with
visuals.
because
Visuals.
like your first seed mission's like always one of my favourite ones in Final Fantasy.
Yeah, because they put that pre-rendered background on the 3D models, so it looks like they're running in a detailed like environment.
Yeah.
But it looks like even back then it looked weird because you had these like flexible, colourful characters on this like painted background. It looks strange.
Kind of messes with the.
Uncanny Valley. I don't know. I don't even know.
I think it messes with the depth of field that you have with it because everything looks
the perspective it kind of messes with. Uncanny Valley's like when it gets so close to realistic but not realistic, it's kind of off-putting. Like
Garfield maybe.
See, like a really, really well, like CGI'd human, for example.
Leia from that one's from what was not the Rogue One. Rogue One.
Yeah.
See that last bit, she looked good, and then
it's
she
not
moved.
Uncanny Valley.
Yeah,
it's not off-putting, but it's so noticeable.
Yeah.
But the game
kind of jarring, which I get out of it.
right.
Makes you sad.
I haven't tried to play this game fully in 15 or 18 years, and I used to like I first completed it in 2001. 2000 I think, and like I'd play it after that, but I'd only play it for a couple of hours and get like my nostalgia back and this was so good. But I'm actually like trying to complete this game and 100% it.
Yeah.
And the issues that people have with Final Fantasy VIII, Hamish, you won't, I don't know if you know any of this, but 7 is considered the god, 9 is considered the underdog, Final Fantasy VIII is considered like the black sheep compared to 7 and 9. Like people don't like it as much because it, like if you played RPGs, like you level up your character, they get stronger. But this game brought in a system where when you level up, everything else levels up with you.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
So like it doesn't matter. Like in other RPGs, I could be level 100 by the end and actually smash the end boss.
No problems at all.
But in this one, it'll never ever work out like that. It's always difficult.
It would also have the fact that there's a card game in it called Triple Triad, where you can basically max out your character for just playing card games.
Right. The thing is, like your summons, your guardian forces have these abilities, and if you do enough battles, it can learn an ability which takes these cards and turns them into items.
Right.
And you can take these items and make your character stronger.
Because by leveling, it's not by like hit a couple and get experience for it. Everything's your GFs are linked by the attributes that they've got, and you can put like magic to it to increase it. But then if you spam it and get like, so for instance, HP, you might get a lot of HP for it, and Faraga is like the highest level of fire you can get. You get 99 Faragas and put it on to your health. That's you at max health.
Oh right. Okay.
Yeah.
Never use Faraga again, but that's you got max health. And then it just works out for any other stack.
Yeah, it's easily exploitable. You can fire through that game really quick with it.
But that's where a lot of people drew that sort of negativity for it, is because it felt like it was basic but unnecessarily brutal at some parts for because
people wanted to level up.
Yeah.
People wanted to level
natural
up.
progression rather than just.
And then they didn't want to have like difficulty when they knew that I've done all this training. Why is this Cactor kicking my ass?
It's a very confusing system.
Yeah.
I don't even really get it now.
It's still it was just unnecessary.
It seems a bit convoluted.
They haven't used it
leveling up,
since,
like,
obviously.
No.
They haven't. I don't think they've used the monster scaling thing either.
No.
Since. So I'm playing this game. I can see the faults in it now. I'm like, this is why people don't like this. But then also I'm like, I'm appreciating other things about it more. Like, see the story. I actually really like the story of it.
How good is the
music in it is like. See the composer, and I'm going to butcher his name.
Here we go, boys.
Nobuo Uematsu. That's
right.
right. Like he's legendary. Like because he did like all the Final Fantasies up to 10, and then he semi-retired and did other things. He did music for Lost Odyssey on the Xbox 360.
Yeah.
Because that's the original Final Fantasy creator. Is that Sakaguchi? Hironobu Sakaguchi. Right, that's his name. But Final Fantasy 8 is... You know you've got that the first Final Fantasy you play as your favourite?
Aye.
8 was my first one.
Right.
Because I went to the shop to buy 9, but I didn't have enough money.
Oh, right, okay.
I went down to the shop and I said, can I get Final Fantasy 9? I think I was only 12. And they said, it's $39.99. And I was like, well, I've got £19 or £20. And they were like, well, Final Fantasy 8's platinum. And I was like, I'll have that. As I don't know if I'll get the story if this is the 8th one. not realising that like every single one is different.
Yeah.
But like, still really good, still worth playing. There's some issues with it though, because it's a PC port and not the PlayStation 1.
So this is
original.
before it was, they were still Squaresoft.
Yeah,
Before
so like
well.
it comes up Squaresoft when you start the game.
That's so bizarre.
Yeah,
as well.
it's strange because it's not the company name anymore. It's
No,
Square
it's
Enix.
Enix,
It was
yeah.
two companies that got together. Do you remember the Final Fantasy film, Hamish?
Yes,
That almost killed the company.
Final
they had
Fantasy
to,
with Spirits Within.
They had to change.
Wasn't that bad. It's alright.
But it cost them like $100 million.
I remember
And,
hearing at the time it was like...
and it was the Final Fantasy creator that that directed it.
He wanted it, didn't he? He was like, I want to make a movie. And they're like, you've done no wrong.
yeah, 7, 8, 9 came out and they like blasted the charts. And then I think he was making 10 at the same time, but 10 was taking forever. And it was 10, if 10 failed, I think Square would have folded because they lost so much money on
Spirits Within.
yeah.
They would probably manage a movie now that would do quite well, I think.
Well, they did add in children and stuff like that, and I think they realised like people don't want to see a Final Fantasy feature film.
Yeah, they want to see the characters from the games rather than new characters in a new world.
That's
like,
what
that you can't play.
I watched the film and I was like, what's this got to do with Final Fantasy?
They mentioned one summon, Alexander.
Yeah,
And that was it. That's all I remember going. And then, wait, what?
they mentioned like Gaia and stuff, which is a part of Final Fantasy 7, but it isn't the same.
It's not enough to be considered as part of the universe and to get a fan actually feeling like they're in, watching a Final Fantasy film.
But he did have Steve Buscemi in it.
Steve Buscemi was out.
See, when you said, remember the film, I was like, Steve Buscemi.
Anyway, back to Final Fantasy 8. PC port. It's not the original PlayStation 1 game, so there's no rumble feature, which isn't a big deal, but it's still nice to have. It's not analog controls. Even though you can use the analog stick, it is digital. So there's like eight ways you can move instead of the full 360.
Yeah.
Which, for this game, is fucking annoying. So you try to talk to an NPC, or like reach a draw point, draw magic and stuff like that, or try to climb a ladder and stuff. Like
It's like a grid that you walk on.
yeah, and it's so different. Like, and it doesn't. It's not it wouldn't put you off playing the game, but like sometimes you're like, this is.
You look back and you think
so
they could have chosen a better way of doing this.
Yes, I don't know how hard it would have been to put that into this remaster.
You don't know. It could be a fact of just the way they turned it off because maybe not a lot of people have rumble features on their pads.
Well, it
anymore.
wasn't on the PC. That's because on the PC they
It
didn't.
was just the direct.
They used the directional keys.
Yeah, was it a choice like let's keep it as original as possible, let's keep it intact, or we're too lazy to do it?
I think it was do as little as possible,
Yeah.
which is annoying because this is going to sell. This is going to sell huge. Like, put some time into it, and I think maybe what they're thinking, because they always said they wouldn't remaster 7, 8 and 9, they would just remake them.
Like
and
from the ground
they're
up.
actually going, how much do you like 8? So they can say, right, if you like 8 that much, we can...
7 and 9 will probably
When
sell.
7's getting remade, like, because that trailer just came out, we'll talk about it.
Oh yeah, we're talking about it in a bit.
7's coming out next year, and if they said after next year, right, we're going to make 8, and then after that 9, and they'll come out like 2050.
Yeah. We'll be probably.
And I'll wait for that, but like, at least show a bit of respect.
Yeah.
Like Gears, like they gave us the features, gave us God mode, so if you click and stick, unless they take all your HP in one hit, you won't die. Times 3 speed, which is fucking so good. Like, because the game is slow as it is, so
it gets a bit
times 3
tedious,
speed. I'm nearly finished the game actually. I'm like 18 hours into it, and I think I've only got the Ultimecia battle left to go, which is only because of the times 3 speed.
Did you get any of the ultimate weapons?
No, I've got Lionheart.
Oh yeah.
I've got Lionheart now.
Lionheart.
No, actually, I had Lionheart. Then something killed me, and now I'm back to that save file, and I have to go back and farm the item that I need to get. Fucking Lionheart.
I love
Oh, that's so annoying. See, you take autosave for granted these days.
Walk into a room, you see that
But
wee
anyway-
bit, you're like, oh, save.
Buy Final Fantasy 8 Remaster.
No.
I'm going to buy it for the Switch. See, once I finish my
wish I
games.
bought it for the Switch.
Oh, I'm buying it for the Switch because, like,
I might still buy it for the Switch.
so we get was it 16 quid?
£16.
Which is pretty good.
I
for,
think,
you know,
actually,
for a
yeah.
game that lasts at least, what, 40, 50 hours?
Sounds stupid, but I wanted all the achievements for 7, 8 and 9.
Oh.
Now I want to have them 100%. Even though the achievements for 7 are a lot harder, and I think that is an actual 100% of the game.
Mm-hmm.
8 has get all the Guardian Forces, the GFs, and do
the
some
cards.
side.
I'm sure the cards are part of the triple triad.
Win a couple of games. No, you have to beat. There's that side mission where you beat like the group,
Yeah.
and then there's like
Because Equestrius is part of the group.
yeah.
And
I
she's,
already done
I
that
am the
part.
queen, and you're like, dun dun dun, you're like, no, I didn't see that coming. Or she the king, I can't remember.
like the
So
achievements.
progressive.
The achievements don't 100% the game.
No.
Like so. They are what they are.
Yeah.
I've yet to play my 9 one though. I bought 9 ages ago and I just put off playing it because 9 was never my favourite. But I think I got it.
9 was my favourite.
I think I might play 10 again. I bought.
You're just gonna go through them all, like, just say
I
it.
bought.
Fuck's sake.
Every time 10 comes out, I'm like, I might play 10 again.
I love Auron, he's like my favourite in Tim.
It must be strange adding achievements into a game, because obviously achievements back then weren't a thing. you
Yeah,
know,
like-
It's because it's more like you're wearing, like, it's like a badge of honour that you have for that. Like, look all the, like, these games that I played and look how well I know these games because I've got them here.
Yeah, but sometimes you play a game these days and you find a bit and you think they've put this in for that achievement specifically. You know what I mean? But obviously they wouldn't have.
Go for that.
Fuck me. That's
Whoa, whoa.
Hamish.
I started talking and then
Go for that, let's see. That's
I'll just take it slow. But
So guys, like, just to let you know, like, Hamish is just pouring a wee bit of rum and it's up to Batman's nipples.
oh, that needs to be like a term.
measurement?
Like a-
Batman's nipples.
Up to the bat.
See
to the bat
snow,
nips.
see the snow last night? It was up to Batman's nipple. That's good. We're making that a thing.
Go for that as well. So, Hamish,
Why don't you like Final Fantasy, Hamish?
It's just one of those things. I mean, probably like Dragon Ball Z. If I played it when I was young or watched it when I was young, I probably would be. But it's just something I never got
You
into.
make a good point because the modern Final Fantasies aren't as good as the originals. Like 13.
I started
and
15. I started 15.
I love 15.
But I think I had just finished Witcher 3, and then you told me like, oh, Final Fantasy 15 is good, so I started playing it, and you were like, I'm 100 hours in, and I was like, nah, fuck that. I've
just finished
I've
it.
played a massive
Yeah.
game, you know what I mean? I wasn't in the mood for it.
You
Like,
think you've got good pals in real life? You just wait till Gladiolus is fucking protecting
Swoliolis,
you.
mate.
Swoliolis.
So Hamish, what have you been up to then this week?
well, apart from the Gears 5, I tried out Dead Cells, which is
Oh.
on Game Pass. That's quite fun.
Yeah, I got Dead Cells for the Switch a couple of months ago.
You played it?
Yeah, man, really enjoyed it. It gets a bit difficult some parts for it because it's one of the. They keep saying it's Dark Souls and Castlevania, or like, you know,
Is it
Metroidvania.
Is it roguelike? You go in, you get so far, you get so much stuff, you die,
Basically,
you start
yeah,
again.
you get like permanent upgrades as well.
Yeah, but it's fun. It's really fun.
Yeah, I do find it like not addictive, but I was thinking, right, I'll play until I die again, and then I'll just call it a night for this, and then I would die, and then I was like,
You know what,
you know
no, I
what,
can do better.
I'll have another
So yeah,
shot.
I'm going to spark a wee bottle.
Oh, here we go. Ah, she was good there.
It feels like a lot of it's kind of not luck based, but it can really vary your chances depending on what weapons you find. Because you
Yeah.
find random weapons, some are great, some are absolute.
It's like
Fish.
Bind of Isaac style mixed in with, like, I think it's more like that with
So it's
Dark Souls.
2D.
Yeah,
Side
side
scroll.
2D
scrolling.
side scrolling, not beam up, like.
So is it level based,
Yeah.
or do you go through like a big map?
It's a big map you're going through and it just changes, and it's randomised as well from
Right.
what I remember.
Yeah, you won't always be-
You won't be in
I
the
really
same
want to
ones.
play this game. That's why I'm
It's
asking.
really
No,
fun.
it
It's
is-
really
it's good
fun.
yeah.
Hey, mate, I've got a list of games on that wee notepad, and I'm like, I really playing that game.
No, it is good fun. There is kind of a story to it. I think I've not played much, but every time that you die and you go around, things will change slightly, you know. So I think there's a kind of story
Of why is it happening like this?
Yeah, and also like some of the wee secret areas that you find, it's not a story as such, but there's like wee mini explanations. Like I found a mushroom lab somewhere in a prison, and it was like a guy had been like grinding them up, and your wee guy looks at it and says, I'm pretty sure he wasn't using these to, you know, season the soup and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
it's just fun things like that. Some of the attention to detail is really fun. You know, see if you can go on the menu, you pick up food and you can just to heal you, but you can choose like carnivore, herbivore, monster, like baguettes and stuff like that. And it makes no difference, it's just how they look. But with things like that, a lot of developers wouldn't think like, what's the point? That's just more work for us, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
A nice wee detail.
They put in the effort, they put in the love to the game, so you can definitely tell it's like, you know, like...
Yeah, it's polished, it's nice. You know, that's just to save all those fucking vegan cunts going like, I don't want to eat bacon. Like,
Maybe
get
she's
my
going to
health
ruin
back.
this podcast.
Fuck the vegans. You know.
Well, you can have that with like Breath of the Wild had that sort of feature as well.
That's
that
good.
Link is a vegetarian because he gets more hearts with just eating like vegetables
Just
than he
veg,
does
yeah.
with just the meat. But then like it's not to say,
pushing their agenda.
I
on
was
us,
just
man.
about to say-
but no, it's because like it's always
I
been written.
believe
It's
that.
always has been written that Link is like a vegetarian because like. But then, like, you know, you
They're
can
not
still...
forcing you to eat
You're not forcing it, it's just that
yeah.
you do have your benefits and it just helps
No,
the
they're
character.
personally not forcing vegetables on you.
Yeah, but no, I've been playing that. That's been fun, and it's nice. I don't think I would have bought it, but because it's on Game Pass, I gave it a shot, and I'm really glad I did.
So good, that
It's
game.
one of them games that like I heard so much about it when it came out, and I was like, oh, I really need to try it, and it got lost. Like after I heard like about it and I wanted to buy it, I was like, oh well, I've got so much to play, so I'll get back to it eventually.
You'll get around there,
and
yeah.
just never. And then it came out on Game Pass, and I was like, fucking
Nice.
amazing. That's why Game Pass is the best fucking deal.
We should get free Game Passes for talking about it.
So that's not it's not even
Sponsor
a
us,
thing.
Game Pass.
Sponsors,
You've
please.
heard me slag off the Xbox One in this podcast, like,
Yeah.
but the Game Pass is honestly the best thing they've done in fucking years.
It's an amazing deal, yeah.
Time for
it.
But the only time I'd heard about that game was Dom when you were saying that you got it,
Yeah.
and I think it was either on one of our podcasts or just one time we were
General,
talking, and
yeah.
you know, I kind of forgot about it, and then I saw it and I was like, oh, it's that game Dom was talking about. Gave it a look, and I'm really glad I did.
Did we not meet one of the guys down there that did Dead Cells at EGX?
I can't remember,
Because
man.
I think that's the reason why I went, do you know what? I'm going to get that game when it comes out. Like,
Oh, yeah.
because I'm sure like he was beside the guy that had the heavy metal one, sort of.
Oh, Valfalis?
Yeah, it had like,
Valfaris?
Valve hat. Yeah.
I didn't get that. I really
Yeah.
liked it. I bought their first game, by the way.
Yeah.
Slain.
Yeah.
Really good.
And I'm sure that was beside them, and that's why I was like, this game is brilliant. Because I says, I've literally just played a game that was like that, and he's like, oh, this one's pretty good. It's like, we've got a mixture, and it sort of went on. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm buying this.
Sad we're not going to EGX this
I know.
year. It was a lot of fun last year.
Yeah, it was good. They need to bring it back to Birmingham.
It'll be there the year after, you know.
And we can ask for free media passes.
Because I was saying to Hugh, if it's down in London, we'll just get tickets down there. We'll just fly.
Fly
We'll
down,
just fly down.
fly down like celebrities.
Let's pass this to Patches in, boys.
Yeah, really? Three white guys on a podcast.
That's how we have to introduce ourselves as well.
Yes, we're the
Patches in, boys.
But yeah, I give it a shot. I also like NFL 20 had a free weekend, so I
Yeah.
gave that a shot. That's quite fun.
Yeah.
The NFL games,
What else did you play?
not interested.
American football is like the most boring game in the world to me.
No, but the games are like that's.
I liked Blitz. Remember Blitz?
Blitz was really
360?
good. Yeah,
That was
I did
really
like
good.
it. No, it's a lot of fun. They're games that like every time that they would come out on EA Access or there'd be like a free play weekend. I play for a weekend, but they're not games I would buy.
Yeah.
But you know, I did enjoy it. There's like a new face of the franchise thing, which is like a story, like kind of like the journey
Yeah.
they do
With
in
FIFA?
FIFA. Yeah, like it's alright. I mean, I don't have a lot to say about it. Honestly, it's
Yeah.
another NFL
Do you know,
game.
I played the first Journey, and like I was like, this won't be that long. Like 20 hours later, and I'm sitting there like,
Aye.
this guy better make the England squad, man.
And he comes up the TV like, And it cuts.
I'm winning every game 20-0. He's scoring 14 goals. Like,
here comes Alex Hunter.
they're like, Alex Hunter might get a call up. I'm like, well, I'm the top scorer ever. So
Yeah, sometimes that annoys me. Like, but this story mode actually seemed to be quite good. Basically, when you first start, you're meant to be the starting quarterback, and then some other guy who's like top ranked is going to be coming to your team. So your coach is like, oh, you know, just kind of play it safe and that. You can decide, nah, fuck that. Like, let's go for it. And I got like 5 touchdowns which was because it was like a short game, so that was pretty good. And the commentators are on point.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty good for the length of the game. The commentators are on point. Like they, you know how sometimes in sports games they commentate, it's like, and he got 5 touchdowns. They're like, and I even put in like, well, not for the face of the franchise bit because it's. Well, can you put your name? You can put your name.
Yeah.
Put in Alexander as my last name. Didn't need to choose from a list how to say it. Like they just said it, which was cool.
That's pretty good.
I don't think I've seen that in a game before. But
The only other game I'm thinking for that could did it was Fallout 4. Did that? With the robot did it? Because I remember it was like he would call you master.
Yeah.
Because I put in because you could put in root names and stuff like that. It was like, hello, Dick Fart. Coming for that, and you're like, oh, that's very good.
But
Master Dick Fart, and you're just like,
do you know what I'm thinking? Like, someone had a great time doing that. God, what was the worst thing I can think of saying?
But yeah,
Anyway.
it seemed very kind of responsive, and like, you know, the coach after the game was like, sorry for doubting you kind of thing, and you know, it really did feel like it actually makes a difference.
Yeah,
like
just give you progression.
like just when you were saying like, it should be obvious if you're scoring fucking 15 goals in a game, like the commentators should be saying, this is the best guy we've ever seen in our life. You know what I mean? Like,
This is
Because
the
it's
best player
like
ever.
it's because
Yeah.
like though they had with the Hunter sort of story, it was like a linear
Aye,
story.
they know
and
where their
got-
story's going and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And obviously there will be still restrictions with this. There always is. There has to be. It can't be completely open ended. You know what I mean? But
I get that in the journey you were a young player just making it. So like in the games, if you scored 1 or you scored 20, it wasn't going to make a difference.
it's like your score or your.
As long as you're either good or bad, it's like
or you win the game or you lose the game.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like, is it like the journey where you do your own social media? Like you can look at what people saying about you.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I never really got dead far into it, but you know, people come up and talk to you, and you can like you get interviewed. What are you like and stuff.
Or
like that.
you
What
got
would
fiery
your-
temper, or you got like a
kinda
cold.
like
Yeah.
but you get.
I was
it's-
always neutral. I'm like,
There's a bit
okay.
more like, I think you get like 4 choices for everything and stuff like that, and then you know, you can side with different people. Like coach wanted to play it safe, but this other guy, like there was just this pure totally out of place moment where a guy comes up to you and he's like, let's let's win this because you're gonna go into like the championship. And then the music just gets pure dramatic, and he's like, because I told my brother that I would win this game, and like, are we gonna do it? And I was like, yeah.
Go to
And then
Disneyland.
It's back to, you know, EA tracks. Like, it's like, what the fuck was that?
Where the fuck did I come from?
And then all of us, like, after you play the game, and you get that, well, you get to the finals of this championship. It's just like a low level championship. It's not big. You go and there's this lassie in a wheelchair, and Dad's like, oh, she's too shy to say, but she wants you to get 3 touchdowns, and then she's like, I think I said 4. And you're like, what? Okay.
fuck you, bitch.
Like,
Stand up and tell me that right now.
I mean,
You get 4 touchdowns.
it's not going to be like, you know, an Oscar winning screenplay or anything like that, the
Aye.
story of it, but it was
Aye.
fun, you know what I mean? And you did feel like you
got engaged by it like as well, so
Yeah.
I'm a bit.
So what's the actual gameplay like? What do you actually do during the game?
Well, the first thing I did before the face of the franchise, which is like the story mode, is I just did a regular franchise, which is something you're always able to do in these. It's basically just like a season, and that obviously just depends on who you choose, what kind of role you choose. That's more like kind of be the player in FIFA,
Right.
where you just play as yourself.
Pro? Be a pro?
Be a pro, yeah. So I was like not the starting quarterback, the one that like throws, but the one that gets passed off to. You still choose like the plays and that, but then as soon as you're done,
I'm lost.
it'll sim to your next
Aye.
thing, basically.
Does it explain American football to you? Because I think my ignorance comes to the fact that I just don't get the game. Like I've never had the rules explained to me. I don't know what the positions are or what they do and why they just run into each other.
I mean, if you play it, like that's basically how I learned. Like I've watched a bit. I used to watch a wee bit, but mostly from playing the games that I've learned. You'll definitely figure it out. I won't get any explaining it all to you because
Yeah, we've not got a couple of hours.
the face of the franchise thing. You're the whole team.
Yeah.
So basically, just like in FIFA, if you played the whole team, you choose the
So you're playing your position more in that season mode than you are.
yeah.
in
In the
mode.
regular franchise, you're literally just whenever you're needed.
Yeah.
So you know.
Right.
And then in the Be a Franchise, you actually, even, which is kind of strange to me because in the face of the franchise mode, it's about you and a story mode, so it should just be you're playing, but you get to play as everyone, so yeah. But it's honestly, I think Hugh, you should give it a shot. Like, you might struggle at first and be like, what the fuck is going on? But
do you know what? It's just my ignorance of American football. I'm like, huh? Throwing the ball. That's the one thing.
Hey, where's my halftime show? Where's Bruce Springsteen?
I went to a basketball game and there was dogs jumping through hoops. I had no idea that shit happened. Like, half time, I was like, this is time we get a couple of drinks, like thinking it's like football. And then like, no, here's the halftime show. There's this wee like furry dog, like 5 dogs just jumping through smaller and smaller hoops, and I was like, what the fuck is going on?
my drink's been spiked. I don't need more of these.
Like, I had a great time.
Oh, one of these spiked drinks, please.
Do you know what I absolutely loved though? Because it was so funny. It was like, see, it was Orlando Magic I went to, right? Because I went to Florida, and then
Florida.
when Orlando Magic fucking scored, hit a basket, slam dunked it, right?
Yeah.
Tell you not very sporty when
When
he
they
got that ball through that.
When he shooted the ball.
They were like, the player was Victor Oladipo, and they were like, oh, that's Victor Oladipo. Something, yay, that's amazing. And then like when the other team scored, I can't remember who it was. They were like, said his name, like Kevin. It was Kevin. Like,
It's that hometown pride, mate.
But it was like, Bill did that. I just loved the sass. So I was just like, he scored.
You're not on our team. Fuck you.
Bill
But
just
like,
kind of.
that doesn't happen at football.
Yeah.
Here, like they announce both sides and they don't.
They don't pander to their home. There's no
also
bias.
There's also
bias,
music playing during the game, like
Dun, dun, dun,
no,
dun.
like game, like game, not game music, but like rap music and like popular music
actual
playing
music,
through the game, and I'm like, this is so weird. Like compared to like
that's for the crowd though. Like
when you got a football game here, you're just staring at that pitch and you're staring at that player, making sure he does his job. You're like,
Drinking
that ball.
your ball, bro.
so you can shake your head like, disapprovingly if they miss.
They've done better.
And then after the game, you go outside and you punch up.
Everyone fans.
Everyone becomes a coach or a top level player. Like, well, what you should have done was this.
that top level athlete running at 30 miles an hour. Like say I had to ran on the outside. And
you got a stitch for walking upstairs. Like fuck.
That's why every member of the audience is on like 10 million a year.
Shouting at players like, "You're a dick," and then turns around and you're like, it was him, mate. It was him. Anyway,
Hi Dom, why don't you tell us about what you've been playing?
Or we could do something more interesting.
So I've been playing Resi 2, finishing that up.
How far are you in it?
No, that's me that completed Leon's campaign, and I'm just going to start Claire's.
His name's Squall.
It's actually, his name is Leonardo DiCaprio. He looks so much like Leo, young Leo from Titanic.
The hair and that,
I'm like, holy shit.
Do you think they just went, fuck it, we need a face?
I think see,
this guy Leonardo, he'll never make it big.
Because what Titanic was out 97. Resi 2 was out 96 sort of for it.
I think it was 97, 98.
Yeah, so it was like quite close to it, and I don't think there was any sort of correlation between it. But see, when you look at like Leon Kennedy Rookie for it, you're like, damn, that would, like if they made a Resident Evil movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, young Leo, would have been brilliant. Even doing a Resi 4 with Leo, like his older Leon Kennedy. Like, fuck it,
He doesn't really look like him in 4, does he? I've seen.
Well, no, 4 he's a lot older, like
Yeah.
because he's been through like, Raccoon City and
Seen a lot of
20
zombies.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of dead zombies.
Was it Resident Evil 2? You could finish it, and if you finished it in certain ways, you would unlock new characters.
Yeah, so if you finished, Tofu
like,
and like the was it the soldier, ex-soldier one for it? But they are
difficult things like finishing it with just using a knife and stuff.
no,
like
Tofu
that.
is the one you just run about and you finish with a knife.
Knife people.
So how,
Like Glasgow Simulator.
Chip Simulator.
is it scary?
Yes, holy shit, it is. It's
I'm not playing this damn game.
So, as I was saying like, the last time, I've only played a couple of hours into it, but now I've completed Leon's campaign, but that's Leon A. So there's Leon A, Leon B, Claire A, Claire B, all have their different sort of scenarios.
Parents get so like just bored. Like, what are we gonna call this child? Leon. We've got another boy. I would just call him Leon B.
Leave my alone, Leon B.
So what's so different about A and B?
It's just
letter, mate.
Oh my god, that was awful, man. Why did I laugh?
So it's just key items are all in different places, different.
Is it harder?
Yeah, so things get dropped earlier. So you have Titan or Mr. X, or X going to give it to you. He
My favourite video is whoever's modded Thomas the Tank
Yeah,
Engine with Thomas the Tank Engine's music.
I think we were talking about it last time.
He just like steamrolls at you.
So like he is great in this because again they run off the RE engine. So they've got like the bakers. You can always hear him, no matter what. As soon as you notice him, or as soon as he finds you, that's it. He's always chasing after you, and that's
How'd you get away from
terrifying.
him?
You run. That's all you can do. You can only just run and be like, "Fuck this, I'm out."
Shake yourself.
I'm so glad there's not a guy like that in real life, man. I'd be caught within like 10, 15 seconds.
So what I really like what they've done with this, this sort of reimagining of it. The acting is phenomenal in this, and
I heard it looks really, really nice.
Really,
well.
really
The engine
gorgeous.
they've used is super,
The RE
super
engine
nice.
is
Right?
really smooth, and then
Is that the same one for RE7?
yes,
Right,
it's
okay.
exactly so. It is third person perspective for it. What I like what they've done as well is they've developed Leon and they've developed Claire into better characters rather than just being badly voiced acted characters, and also very sexless. And this is a very strange thing to say.
No flirting?
Nothing like that. Like Ava is like a CIA agent. Sorry, a CIA agent that's trying to get the G virus.
It's a 90s Japanese game, so every woman is busting out of their small.
So like she is in a trench coat for most of it before
What's under the trench coat though?
a red dress.
Oh.
And you're like, yes.
Hugh was thinking.
But what happened?
Hoping you were going to say snacks.
Aw, what about the quails?
Drinks?
Snacks.
Why do you think they've downplayed all the sexuality? Just
Well, see, again, it's because you couldn't get that. I think because it was Resi 2 was made in Japan, brought over here, and they sort of just read the script and just went,
yeah.
how are we supposed to emote this? Because, I mean, you play Resident Evil 1 and you have that great voice acting from Barry. And, you know,
You're almost a jail sandwich.
you know what I mean? Like, you must be the better pass of the jail. She is the master of unlocking. And you're like, what? So they didn't. I think there was
that guy's a fucking zombie. No human talks like that.
So like the sort of tone of the game didn't really get discovered until like later on when everyone got a bit more connected and understood where the story was going.
Yeah.
So with this, they actually had the actors emote a lot better.
Right. Yeah.
So the flirtation between Leon and Ava actually works, and they changed up a few things. I was like, oh, okay, they're going this route with it now. Awesome, didn't think that, but they still kind of ended the same way where you're like, oh yeah, that's got to happen. Oh, yep, they're doing the callback. I don't want to really spoil anything for it.
I can see you're
I'm
just
going
dancing
for
around
it,
also.
Yeah,
because Leon A does cover into Clary for it.
Right.
So what happens right at the end of it? You're just like, okay.
You can spoil it if you
No,
want.
it's a 20-year-old game. I don't want to spoil it. It's just more like at the end of that.
Does it stick to the 98 game's
Yes.
story? Like
Yes.
beat for beat?
Beat for beat, but they go in more in depth of why this happened and how this happened and where it's going to go. Yeah.
Do you think they're going to do that with 3?
Yeah.
Because that's the only
yeah.
one you can't play on your Xbox One, PS4, Switch. Like, I think you've got RE1 remake, RE2 remake. You can play 4 on everything, including my fridge. 5 and 6 have just been released.
Digitally,
They're
yeah.
on Game Pass as
Yeah.
well. 7 is out for everything new, obviously. So, like, 3 is like the one that you just can't.
Free Nemesis is going to be. I'm hoping that we're going to be doing it soon, but
Well, they've got an engine now, so all they have to do is. Then they've got a story and everything like that. So
it's
they
more
just have
now.
to
It's
plug
more.
it in, yeah.
They're going to be doing. I think they're going to be focusing on the new IP or project Resistance.
I've seen that. Was that at Tokyo Game Show?
They just released a trailer a couple of days ago for it, and it.
What?
Yeah, so it's basically like your Evolve. See, but then they
Right.
also did this years ago.
Like
See
the
on the
Predator
PlayStation.
game as well.
Evolve like 4 against 1 kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
So, but it's
Or
more like
Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Those type of games.
or Dead by Daylight.
Dead by Daylight. Yeah.
So it's kind of like that they're going to do, but they did this before. A lot of people don't know that Resi did have this idea on the PlayStation 2.
All right. Okay.
Outbreak 1 and 2. But the problem is with that, it was all sort of
I've never
online.
played those.
It was online.
Right.
So I did mention, it didn't stutter. PlayStation 2 online.
No, I've
You
got-
just go. I
I've got
remember
the
playing Mag on that once, and then going, man, this is shit. Just online.
Broadband adapter for the PS2.
You remember for that?
You can fit it on a hard drive as well.
Yeah.
Because I bought a PS2 and it had this thing attached to the back, and I was like,
Yeah, what the fuck is
this thing? And it's like, oh, this is where you plug in the Ethernet cable.
Yeah.
And I was like, PS2? What games are you playing online?
Yeah, Outbreak was one of them for it. So
I was a 360 online player. That was the first time I played.
So what happens with that is like this. What they're going to lead from there. It's going to be on this new RE engine. What was that again?
Continue.
I was gonna say I remember playing Jedi Outcast on the original Xbox Online. That's I think the first console online thing I played.
Return to Castle Wolfenstein was for me on the Xbox original for it.
Oh
yeah.
That was online.
that game,
Loved that game online.
Yeah.
I remember like playing that with my pals, me and my brother Kev, sitting going, we need to get broadband in the house. I think a couple of weeks later we ended up getting broadband in the
Let's
house.
get that fucking 5 meg, the top of the.
I think I was the last person I knew to get internet because I had to wait until I was earning money before I could.
You were kept in the attic, weren't you, until you were 16? Yeah.
But like, my mum and dad didn't use the internet. I had no need for the internet, and didn't see the point in it. Even though in modern life the internet is everything.
It's different back then, obviously. Like
2007.
back.
Yeah, it was.
Still.
Yeah, well, but you've got to remember a lot of people wouldn't use that.
Mid 2007 is the first time I had broadband internet, which is
Ridiculous.
fucking ridiculous because we had dial-up in the early 2000s.
Put down the phone.
But like my dad's house phone is his business line as well.
Yeah.
Constantly getting phoned.
Fucking pain in the arse. And so he's always like, get off the internet, and I'm like, Dad, my Dragon Ball Z page is barely loading.
I need to get on MSN. I need to tell my pals.
I just saw 10 minutes ago in school and I get online right away. Sorry, Dom, we interrupted you.
Oh, that's fine, man.
What were you saying about RE2? We wouldn't listen to it.
Fuck you, man. Aye, so with that's it. We had skinny beers for you.
She's drunk already, man. Like I'm the one pouring the half glasses.
I've been on keto.
There's keto excuses, man. That's what I mean.
I had an egg with cheese on it today. Like.
So with the project, Resi is probably going to be a new Outcast.
a new like co-op Resi game.
Yeah, and it's going to be. And so before on the PS2, it used to be like 15-second loading screens. So say we were all playing together, and then Hugh disconnects. Hugh has the key item. We can't continue because he's disconnected. Item doesn't drop. But again, it was way too ahead of its time. We didn't really know about how far it was going to go.
Yeah.
But Resi 2, I'm going to start with Claire's 1, and then hopefully start Leon B and go through there.
Have you got this physical? Or you got
Yes, I got it physical for the Xbox.
Borrow it.
Oh man, you'll love it.
You won't play it for more than 10
But I've been
minutes.
actually starting to get any more creepy stuff because like I've been meaning to play Until Dawn for ages. I just got a new headset for my PS4.
Yeah.
I had the original headset, the one that came out when it first came out, and then I got the newer one because that one broke. And it's got 7.1, and then you've got a setting in your settings for
Official.
for Until Dawn. They're like,
Alright,
like
okay,
it's it's like directional like listening. So like if someone's like behind you, you obviously are behind you.
Yeah, because they had that. See what the way they shoot that. Actually,
I think that's going to be amazing, and like
it's fun.
I wanted to play Until Dawn for a long time.
Until Dawn's really good, but see if you want that's maybe not the thing you should start with. See if you want to start off with the kind of creepy stuff. Like I finished Blair Witch.
Oh yeah, okay.
And that's not really that creepy. There's a couple of bits that's a bit kind of.
Why didn't you bring it up, Hamish?
Oh no, you should bring it up now.
Oh well, we talked about it last time. I just finished it.
Yeah.
I remember I was talking about Bullet, your wee dog, and that. Yeah.
Drunk.
But
No, I was sleeping.
yeah,
I slept halfway
He's
through
a
the
sleepy.
But yeah, I finished Blair Witch. I only found out, like right at the end, there's actually different endings and stuff like that, which is quite cool. I got
good or
the
bad or?
well, it's hard to say. Basically, you've got an ending and your dog's got an ending.
This game is made for you, Hamish.
yeah. I honestly I don't know. In fact, I'm going to spoil it. I'm just going to
Spoilers for Blair Witch.
Spoilers for Blair Witch.
I'm just going to ask you, right?
Skip ahead of 2 minutes. Some of them American, some of them French, a lot of them are UK listeners.
Well,
Love you guys.
I tell you what. Then I want to know what you think is the good ending and what you think is the bad ending in this. Listeners as well. Go onto our Instagram, patchesinofficial, or
Email us.
tweet us or email us.
There will be a short clip.
patchesinofficial@gmail.com.
There will be a short clip at the beginning of this with all of our social media.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. I mean the dog ending
Dies.
is obvious. I mean, I think he dies in the bad one. I don't know. I never saw that. I got the good ending. Well, I think I got the good ending for the dog. He fucks off. He runs away.
See the dog. If he had a bad ending, would it be a rough ending?
I'm drinking
well
for
done.
that.
Yeah, I'll drink to that. So the ending that I got, I think, is the bad ending.
Okay.
Basically, I became the murderer, like the serial killer.
Alright, okay.
And the good ending is the serial killer bad guy kills you. Which is pretty bad ending to me as well. Like,
I'd rather be the serial killer.
like, yeah, well, I was like, well, I mean, at least I get to live. Like,
Were you possessed, or was it just...
no, like, just, well...
It turned out that it was you that... Is
no,
it very Silent Hill?
No, like, I was totally expecting this big twist. I'm doing Air Bunnies twist. Because I honestly thought, I'm going to be the killer. Because it doesn't really show you. But then you actually do see this guy, I think he's called Carver or something like that. Because he carves bodies.
Hey.
I think it's called that, or I'm making that up.
What's it got to do with the Blair Witch?
Hold
Let
on.
me ask that.
Well, the Blair Witch kind of whispers to you and is trying to corrupt you. So that's why it's the bad end. And if you fall to her corruption, then you become the bad. You become the murderer, basically.
Okay.
So that's why they say the good ending is you don't succumb to her, but the guy that's already the killer just kills you. And I'm like, is there a good ending? Like, so well, I mean, what would you call the good ending and the bad ending and that? I would say I'd rather live and just kill more people than die.
But it depends, it's like, are you killing because you're in control and you're aware of being a killer, or you've been taken over and you're not, and you need to live through those eyes
you're
of
not,
you killing people and you're not having any control over it.
Well, you're not like...
Therefore then they're kind of both bad endings.
Yeah, you're not properly like taking over, you're a very kind of, like, you find out throughout the course of the game you get PTSD and stuff like that. You were in the war, you fucked up and got your whole platoon killed and stuff like that.
So what is the gameplay of the game? What do you do?
There's a lot of kind of puzzles and stuff like that.
Is it like Firewatch?
I've not played that.
Is it first person? Mostly?
First person.
You just trigger certain points and then you have
basically
to...
you'll go to places, you'll find clues and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Your dog will help you find which way to go. The only kind of gameplay as such is you'll find tapes and you need to watch them and pause them at a certain time, because that changes reality. So like,
you're saying that.
Yeah, like the first part is you find like a tennis ball or something like that, or a baseball, and that's, you need to pause it while it's still there before it gets taken away in the video, so that you can pick it up, let your dog bullet sniff it, and then go on the trail and stuff like that. There's bits where like you need to get through a certain door, so you need to watch a video when the guy opens the door and stuff like that, and pause it there. And then the enemies, there's these weird, I don't even know what to call them, ghost things. Basically you just shine your flashlight at them for long enough and then they die. And then the ending bit is you're going through like a big
Yeah, what else are supposed to go? Oh, not me.
boy, you got me.
I'm just like a Luigi's Mansion ghosts.
Oh Lord.
They're like, oh no!
Help me.
Basically, yeah. That's the only like enemies as such. But, and then there's a bit at the end where you can't use your flashlight because that'll wake them up, so you need to use your camera with a night vision mode to get through the house. There's not a whole lot of like...
Lasty?
Yeah, kind of.
Is it spooky? It's not too spooky for you?
Nah, I don't think it's spooky at all, really. Like I was kind of waiting for the spooky parts. Like,
Spooky
Is it long? Is it like 8 hours? 10
nah,
hours?
it's not even that. I mean, if you wanted to kind of do everything and get all the endings and pick up all the wee things, I would say like 5 hours, 6 hours maybe, or something like that. So it's really not that long. And even like if one of the ghosts do get you, you just go back to like a wee checkpoint really recently. So it's
Worth playing?
I'd say it's, yeah. I mean, it's on Game Pass. Again, it's one of those games I probably wouldn't have bought.
Yeah.
But
Especially on Game Pass, that's worth it.
Yeah, as well.
Yeah.
Cool. I also I played some of that Super Kirby Clash. It was
The
talking
free
about the
game.
free game they did released on
You would get this
after
Hamish, you don't
Nintendo
have a
Day.
Switch?
It was the one that released
I mean,
after
I'll get it. I know who the fuck Kirby is. Like,
it was just released
Kinda
after,
look
and then it kind of looks like Kirby.
I look like a red Kirby.
See if you chopped your head off, you'd be covered.
It's a big, give still the arms to his sideways, he can give big
His
shoes.
ears.
So I played some of the Super Kirby Clash
What's it
on
like?
the Switch. It's a Kirby game with microtransactions.
Cheers to that first
What's it like?
I didn't realise it was Kirby.
That is
It looked like a
It's a boss battle with microtransactions.
It looked like Smash.
It's not. It's just you're just fighting bosses. Very kind of disappointed by it.
Like, is there any level before the bosses at all?
No, just bosses.
Boss.
Just boss rush, and it's like very.
What's microtransactions?
Apples. You have to buy apples to rank up your guy. Rank up your Kirby, but he has 4
Do you
classes.
have to, like, have you got no chance of finishing this game?
You can.
or-
It's a lot of the freemium sort of currency. Like do this, like Fortnite.
Oh, you gotta
sort of
grind.
thing. Gotta grind for it. I'm like, why are you doing this to
I've
Kirby?
heard it isn't very good, but
I mean,
It's
I
very
thought
splotchy.
why Kirby and why on the Switch?
As
Why is
soon
this
as,
not a mobile
as soon
game?
as you see a free game, you think, right, well, they need money somehow.
Yeah.
There's going to be some kind of grinding.
But-
in it.
They did the updated Tetris 99
Yeah,
to
I've
Tetris
seen
2.0, and that was really fun.
Well,
Even
man-
to
How
Well,
good is Tetris, by the way?
they updated it for winners like Dom. You've never won it, have you?
you're not one here.
I've only been number 2.
You're forever be number 2 to me.
Like,
You are very much
I haven't
a number
played
2.
it.
to me.
I haven't played it in a long time. Do you know what? I honestly don't think I get the tactics.
I don't think you
in the
can-
last
can
top
win.
10. Like I get to like the top 10, and
then
I
you
always
lose.
get to between 3 and 8,
Mhm.
like around there, and then I just can't seem to know what to do to get number 1.
Because it gets so fast.
You have to know.
You're not trying to put more onto other
Yeah, like-
people's.
Yeah.
So I'm always kind of concentrating on me. So maybe I should.
It's more because you've got to
Concentrate on
focus on, see, like at the top, you get your attack.
That feels like
defense,
it- when
that's
you-
you need to use that as well.
that's when
to your
you're
advantage.
trying to knock other people out rather than survive.
You go for KOs. You go for who's attacking
Yes.
you. You've got to defend. You've got to hit random. You know, it's got to watch for that.
It can be so frustrating.
Yes,
man. Like
hell
so
yeah.
frustrating. Like I see when I got number 2, I think I stopped playing it for like a week. 'Cause I was like, no, you know what? Fuck Tetris. But do you know how good a free game that is to
Yeah.
have? Like that.
Aye. You
Like
can't
that's
complain too much if it's free, can you?
like Fortnite and stuff are like ruling the world right now, but Tetris 99 is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Do you know what I heard is better? I know Tetris is like
Anything
a
because it's
simple,
Tetris.
simple game, but like Tetris for the PSVR.
Yes, Tetris is it Invincible or something like that? I need to double
I
check.
never even heard of it.
Double check for me, though. But
Okay.
like you can play it on the VR, and it supposedly has really good like dance techno music, and the visuals are really nice.
Tetris
as well.
Effect.
Tetris Effect.
That's what it's called.
It's pretty fucking brilliant.
It looks gorgeous.
Is that like against other people as well?
Like
or-
against you.
Yeah,
It's just like Tetris, like you know the Game Boy game and stuff like
So it's
that.
a solo game.
Yeah, but it's
You
the
can do a lot of
visuals that you get
yeah.
as well.
So when you're watching, if you're playing it on VR, like your Tetris grid's like directly in front of you, and you get to see like your box and all that. So when you're hitting it, the music and the effects go by you.
Oh, right,
That's
okay.
really cool.
Hell, it's cool. I really need to get it.
Yeah.
I've been
But the-
neglecting my VR lately because
Yeah.
I've been thinking about buying the V2 VR,
Yeah.
and I'm like, is that
Yeah.
worth the money? But it is worth the money because I get to play it HDR and stuff.
Yeah.
I think with VR, I'm just annoyed at the technology,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, I don't want to keep setting it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm in for that. But 2.0 really worth it as well.
It's Invictus in it, so it's all the winners that play each
Yeah,
other.
that's really fun.
And there's a
really fun.
paid DLC as well.
Yeah, I'm thinking of actually grabbing that as
I'm
well.
thinking of getting a paid DLC as well.
Just so you can get like the Mario map, the Legend of Zelda map,
Yeah,
and stuff like
like-
that. It's pretty cool.
See, because
And
they've
they
had
changed the
so much
tunes.
fun with a free game, and they're like, oh, how much is the
Just
DLC?
£7, £8, something.
What if it's less than a tenner? Like, I'll
See, that's,
definitely throw it in.
if you've already got the game for free, I don't mind spending a bit of money. You know, I don't have like a rule like, free game. They're gonna try and squeeze money out of people. Like,
Yeah.
if you're enjoying something, no
Right.
problem spending a few quid on it. You know.
You don't have to in Tetris
Aye.
99 anyway. Like that's one of them.
You're
things.
still playing the game, aye.
Right, so on to the news, guys. There's been a lot of news happening the last wee while. We've also had like a Nintendo Direct. Hideo Kojima's came out with a few things
He
about his
always
game.
comes out with a new thing.
We were just talking earlier about Project Resistance and news as well of Apple getting into the gaming market too. So we'll start with Nintendo Direct and your views on the games that were released or updated on. Overwatch is coming to the Switch. A lot of people with the
Yeah.
motion controls and stuff like that added on from the Switch for it. So a lot of people are like, okay, it's good to have a portability.
The
for it.
gyro controls.
Yeah.
That actually helps people because who don't like. You know how we are used to double stick control
Yeah.
on FPSs because we grew up on Halo, Half-Life,
Yeah,
stuff like that.
It's a whole
Some
generation.
people don't
of-
like that, like especially left-handed people. I don't know.
Yeah.
You're left-handed, Hamish, aren't you?
I'm left-handed for like writing, right-handed for like boxing and stuff like that. But like,
Oh, you box, do you?
I fucking will if you anybody a shit.
That's that South Park attitude coming out.
Like people are liking the gyro controls because it helps them aim better.
Right, but tell me this: is it going to be cross-platform? Because someone on the Switch has no chance against someone
On PC.
On
But that's,
PC.
I think that's why it's not. If it's going to be cross-platform, it'll be with the Xbox One only.
Aye, yeah.
So
you're
I have it on the
you're still using
Xbox One,
sticks,
and I've
yeah.
played it a few times, and I like it. But see, when I play Overwatch, and I'm like, hey, I feel like I'm doing good, and it says I'm doing good,
Well,
but
Your team's yelling at you to
You do
switch.
yeah, Hamish, shut up. But like, fuck your grammar.
Captain Grammar.
It's like Overwatch is more on how you act in the team.
Yeah.
Whereas, see, when I played like Halo, Call of Duty, Gears of War, it was about like how your individual performance helped the team, not about how you help the team as a full team.
Because it's basically like I always say it's like a MOBA League of Legends sort of team-based game where it's like you're getting object A to object B.
Yeah, and I think that's where it's totally left me
protect.
behind, because when I bought it, I think I got the Origins edition for like £15 on a sale.
Get it from me in the shop. I think you got Overwatch for it cheap.
No,
No, you didn't.
no, I didn't.
Okay.
No, I bought it on the Xbox a sale, and
Okay.
I was like, oh, everybody's talking about Overwatch, I'll give it a try. And like, I just didn't get that feeling like I got where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm really kicking ass here. I felt like I was just like,
You're there for the ride rather than enjoying it. Yeah.
You get that MOBA feeling as well because it basically doesn't pigeonhole you, but you need like a support and a tank and a healer and that, don't you?
So you
And a
need to play
DPS,
that. You
like
don't get to play your favourites all the time
Yeah.
as well.
you need to learn each character, and there's like fucking 40 characters now, and I don't have enough time for it.
Yeah, no.
It is a good game though, and it is super popular, and it's amazing it's coming out on the Switch, because that, like,
You can only benefit it.
the only reason this is coming out on the Switch is because the Switch is in a super strong position, which is crazy to think about how Nintendo were doing 5 years ago with the Wii U. I think I was the only guy in the whole world that bought a Wii U.
Yeah, I had a Wii U.
Like, when did you play them?
Quite a lot. Me and my brother played.
I think I played my Wii U a couple of times. And
Bayonetta 2, Wonderful 101.
was
Hitman
any of them
3.
third party titles, or was it all Nintendo?
All
first party?
Nintendo's, unfortunately, because no one wanted to support them.
No one wanted to support it because no one bought it, because like even my brother Jason, because he's a big idiot, thought that
Just getting that out of the way.
I know, like, he's a
Sorry,
big idiot.
Jason, man.
No, no,
If
sorry.
Jason listens to this.
I know. Well, barely keep up with it, but like the gamepad itself, people thought that was the add-on to the Wii,
And people were walking
Yeah,
for
yeah.
that
because it was
individually,
terribly marketed. It was terrible. It looked like a toy. It looked like an add-on, and like nobody wanted to buy that.
Yeah,
like
some
no
extra peripheral.
It was like, would Jason think that's what it was, yeah?
he thought it was a toy and tried to eat it and stuff. So
He thought it was like something to butter his toast on, probably.
put between his toes, chew on it.
But do you think now that since Switch is in a stronger position?
It's crazy how the
good.
market like flips, right? See, like, because Microsoft was the king of the last generation. Even though now the PS3 sold more, it doesn't matter after the fact.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean, like Xbox
When you finally got there, you got to the mark, but like it was one long
at
ago.
the peak,
Yeah.
Xbox was king.
It's weird. Like I think the easiest way to judge these kind of things is looking at people that aren't gamers. See if like an old biddy, some like mother or grandmother wanted to buy something for their grandchild or whatever for Christmas. They would go into a shop and be like, can I get one of those Xboxes? They wouldn't ask for a PlayStation. They wouldn't ask for like a Wii U.
Or a Nintendo.
Yeah, I mean, it's the or a
I disagree
Nintendo.
with you there, because the PlayStation 4 is now one of the highest selling consoles of all time.
Oh no, but you just saw it in general.
Yeah,
from
now
the
but I'm
last
talking about like what.
like 10 years ago.
Yeah, like what reaches the widest market is what we're talking
You know
about.
what people say, like when the Wii was popular, I want to get one of those Nintendo machines,
Aye,
and it's
like-
Hamish
Aye, I want a Nintendo.
It's just
and
that's what I'm trying to explain. Like, see, the Wii and the Xbox were the Wii was way far ahead,
Oh, yeah.
which doesn't make sense to
Didn't have
us,
HD.
us hardcore gamers, because it didn't have what we wanted, which was HD gaming. It didn't have Halo. It
Didn't play
have,
DVDs.
didn't
Did they play DVDs?
No,
I don't
no, it
remember.
didn't. I don't think it did. But like, it didn't have all those features that we wanted. So it was like our secondary console.
Mhm.
It was a novelty,
yeah,
and I think we all had 360s.
yeah.
Yep.
And the
Multiple,
PS3 wasn't something I had until 2013.
I never had a PS3.
I didn't buy one. Sinead, my
I had
girlfriend,
a
she had one, and I still think it's a terrible console.
I got it for The Last of Us.
Yeah.
That's it.
I
I got other things obviously, but I was like, Last of Us, that looks fucking good. So,
It's got a terrible controller. Like I hate that controller. But how they lost that war very early on, and then Nintendo lost the next war, even though they were at such a strong position.
Yeah.
They were the last, and then now Nintendo have came back. Like
they're back, baby.
Which strikes like into this like brand loyalty. Like no one has brand loyalty in gaming. Like there is fanboys, but the majority of people go with who's either cheapest or has the best marketing.
I usually go for who's doing the best first party games. For me personally, like especially like this year, Nintendo have been, I think, hitting out of the park with a lot of them. PlayStation are like behind with God of War and Spider-Man.
They slowed down a lot this last year, but like what I'm saying is like PS3 was such a failure coming out, and the Wii was such a success, and then it flipped straight away in the next generation. PS4 was a huge success, and the Wii U was a massive failure. Then the Switch came out kind of halfway through because they had to fuck off that Wii U because it just wasn't working.
They had to get the Wii U stink out of the place, and they had to bring in the new hotness.
Even though it had some really good games, and it had some good potential.
I'm waiting for Wonderful 101 to get ported over because I love that goddamn game.
See every game. I think I've kept every like exclusive that I want to play for the Wii U, and like once those are gone, like Wind Waker HD,
Mario Maker 1.
No, because Mario Maker 2 came out and it's just the same. It's just a more featured version of Mario Maker 1.
Bayonetta 2.
Bayonetta 1 and 2 already came out for the Switch. Wonderful 101. Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE or whatever the fuck that's called.
Can you say it again, please?
Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE. That's a fucking shit name, man. It's Persona Fire Emblem.
Yeah, it's a mixture.
For fuck's sake, I went back to this.
But like that's just getting released for the Switch soon as a remaster, and you're like, is there going to be any reason for me to keep that Wii U? Like
probably a doorstop, maybe paperweight.
To beat people with
something to feed Jason with.
See, to go back to my point, like.
Did I ramble on there for ages?
Did
I make a point? Did I make any kind of point?
I'm sure you did somewhere. Like when we're editing this, we'll find it. I was just gonna say, I'm sure I remember hearing that Nintendo specifically pushed the word console because they were gonna lose like the trademark over the word Nintendo because everybody was using like, oh, can I get a Nintendo? Give me a Nintendo, like meaning any kind of games console, like
because they were the
Nintendo
kings
game.
of the console market.
That was what I was kind of touching on. Like, you know, there's this, apart from gamers, you know, there's this widespread. Basically, it comes down to marketing and you know what the other generation like or what the non-gamers know as.
Yeah, I'm for that as well. So
I don't think Nintendo means as much to the younger generation as it does to us.
Well, I don't know. See, like with the new releases and stuff like that.
I don't think so.
No.
Even like the new releases and the the exclusives, they feel nostalgic. You know, it's aimed at.
They're aimed at us.
But you think Mario still feels like that? Like, because I mean,
think so. Yeah.
Is Ninja that guy on Mixer? That guy.
The guy you love, the guy you always watch on Mixer, like on our channel.
I only watch us.
We don't stream.
we
do sometimes on twitch.tv/patchesandgaming.
Well,
What was that again, Hamish?
twitch.tv/patchesandgaming.
But
I believe.
Do you see him streaming Breath of the Wild?
I don't see him streaming it.
You can't do that because he's on Mixer because he's on Xbox.
Yeah, you can stream Breath of the Wild on Mixer.
It's not Xbox. What? Can you?
Yeah. You can stream any console on Mixer. It's just another platform.
Oh yeah, I thought it was
twist.
I thought it was all to be Microsoft.
No.
Oh, okay.
We can stream anything on Mixer.
It's quite kind of ingrained in Microsoft and Xbox and stuff like that. You've got a tab for.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Mixer
on your Xbox One, you can stream
directly
from your Xbox One onto Mixer. I think you can do it on Twitch as well, but it's more convoluted.
Yeah. Anyway, Luigi's Mansion 3.
They
showed more of that. and they've now got like an 8-player mode where you can all run about as with your Luigi and his Gooigi. And it's fun. You just run about and have.
Are they literally like Luigi formed?
Yep.
How
They're just basically
charming
Slimer ones.
is that game, by the way?
It looks good for it as well.
They've always been so good, man. Like I never played the second one, but I love the first one.
I have the second one for the 3DS, and like, do you have a 3DS?
Yeah.
I'd probably lend it to you because it's. I think
Probably? What the fuck do you mean, probably?
You probably would never play it though, because you're always
No, I
like.
would. If you let me, I'll.
If you let me, probably play it.
Probably.
Probably. It looks really fucking nice on the 3DS. Like the effects are really cool, and like see, because it's kind of like
It's got that depth perception as well from it.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you
Depth.
What? Like,
see, because it's the
Luigi
contrast
shouts really
between
loud.
neon colours and black.
Yeah.
It looks really, really nice on the 3DS.
crisp,
I have a new 3DS.
Yeah.
That looks even nicer.
Is that one with the other touchpad at the top for it?
I love Nintendo, but how dumb is the name of the
New
new 3DS?
4DS, 5DS.
Yeah.
No, but like, they have a 3DS and they have a new 3DS, even though the new 3DS came out like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
It's always going to be called the new 3DS. That's fucking
I hate
dumb.
that when like games, movies, any kind of box art, they put new on it, and it's like, well, not for long. Like,
Aye.
why are you putting
Temporary.
That in? Aye.
Temporary.
Like new Super Mario
put the
Bros.
fucking
Like,
date
new
on it.
Mario, Super Mario Bros. How could it be super new?
Put the day on it, you know, and then we all know when new is.
Exactly for it. There was also the remake of Trials of Mana. That you've done
I
for
will
that.
play that. I'll play that.
So this remake is crazy.
As in Trials of Mana, as in like Secret of Mana?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
Trials of Mana.
do you remember
Secret
see
Mana's
Trials of
sick.
Mana? It's like kind of looks like Final Fantasy with the sprites we're about for it. So what they've done is from the ground up they've made this an open landscape, kind of like Breath of the Wild, but you can switch between the full crazy HD one right down to the 8-bit sort of style. And I'm
Like Dragon Quest 11.
like Dragon Quest 11. So I was like, okay, that looks pretty good.
So,
have
so
one for it
the
as
big
well.
question, what are you playing it in? Are you going to switch between like, hey, that's cool, or are you just going to pick a mode?
It's
and
like
go?
Halo where you press the button and
I
you
was
go
gonna
between it.
It's like,
But
oh, this looks terrible.
Some people like the 16-bit sprite artwork, and some people don't give a fuck about.
Yeah.
The
See
new-
if sprite artwork is done well, it looks so amazing, and it's
Sure,
something
when
that people really struggle with these days. See, like people that try to emulate it, they just don't capture that same kind of essence. You know
Have
what
you
I mean?
seen
Yeah,
Octopath Traveler?
Have you seen what?
Octopath Traveler.
No.
It's really fucking good. It's for the Switch. It's like a 3D sprite game.
Yeah. It's like a pop-up sort of one for it, and it's done like in the style of Final Fantasy.
Alright.
Trial of
It's
Mana.
really fucking nice, man. You should. When you
But
get
yeah,
a Switch,
what would you play it
eventually.
in, classic or?
I think I'd switch between if you had the option, you'd be like, oh, this is cool on this, or like.
It's because you've got your
I
cutscenes.
wonder what this looks like on.
Yeah.
Because you get like fully voiced cutscenes and all that in the new one for it, all animated as well.
Yeah.
So it's like it does. You know, you'll probably give you achievements or sort of ones for it, but then see, because it's on Switch, they don't do achievements.
Do you remember?
Imagine how raging the developers would be if everyone just played it on the original 16-bit. It's like, we spent fucking ages doing this up.
Do you remember playing Halo 2 Anniversary?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where Master Chief like flies the bomb back to like the Covenant ship,
As you do. Yeah.
and like when you press like select or like share button or whatever, and it cuts back to the original Xbox.
He's
Like in the Xbox One scene, it's like cinematic. He's flying through this giant space battle. The music's crescendo, it's badass, and then you press select, and he's like,
Just
like he's slowly moving through space. There's like two ships.
But then the thing is, like, if you think back to when you looked at that,
You
for
thought
the
it was
first time,
amazing.
you were like, "Oh my god, look at this!"
That's what I said about Final Fantasy. See, at the time, when I saw those GFs, like the summons,
Yeah.
I was like, "This is amazing. I've never seen anything
Big
like this."
effort with the ball. Like,
This is the pinnacle of gaming. It's never going to get better than this.
So there was another game that he sort of released there as well that I'd never heard of until then. Return of, is it Obra
The
Dinn?
Mac.
Return of the Mac.
Return of Oberyn.
Yeah, so this is like
Obra
I don't know.
Dinn.
Obra Dinn. I don't know, Hamish, if you noticed this during the cast.
It looks
They
like
actually, I don't know if did you watch the cast live?
I didn't.
So what happened was in the trailer, the first thing that came out was bastards. They said bastards on a Nintendo Direct, and I was like,
It's just unmarried,
whoa, it just
unmarried
came out-
parents.
They're badass now. They've got.
it says
sell
those
loads of
bastards. I
consoles.
think they said those bastards took that away from me. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and you're like, that came.
I heard it's really good. A lot of
Yeah.
people played it on the PS4.
I heard it it's a really good game to play because it's basically you've got to discover why this ship went down, how it went down. and
It's
discover
like
a detective.
you can go through time to see, like you can go back in time and see what happened at these
Right,
moments.
okay, alright.
It looks really good. The graphics are really stylized. They look kind of Game Boy-ish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
It's because it's a green and black.
They're detailed, but they're green and black.
Yeah.
Is it monochrome?
Looks really good. I might get it. I don't know if I'd get it for the Switch.
Yeah. Well, the Infinite.
It sounds like a Switch game to me.
Yeah, like a short experience.
So also Banjo Kazooie got released right on the day of the Nintendo Direct.
Banjo Kazooie and Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying there.
Yeah. You know, even the guy was saying like
Sakurai.
it's owned by Rare's owned by
Microsoft.
now, but
You know, buy the game on Xbox One. And you're like,
go and play the game on Xbox
on
and
Rare
stuff like
Replay,
that.
and you're like,
they were nice
oh.
of us to let
I
us
think
have
they
this
see
character
like,
and stuff like that.
I think Microsoft and Nintendo both know. Like, see if you're a gamer and you like
games.
You like games, obviously. You will buy the Nintendo console and one of the Sony or Microsoft consoles probably.
Yeah.
Or if you're like me, you'll buy all three. But like you will probably at minimum buy one and the other.
Yeah, I think it's more just
They don't see each other as competitors as much as Sony and Microsoft do.
I think, I mean, they are still competitors. In fact, I think you even said that, like, they're a competitor, but go and buy the game on this. Like, I think it's more just
mutual respect for it.
Aye, it's respect, and it's better to be civil than, like, imagine if he went on and it was like, right, don't buy this game on Xbox, but play it on our system, and like it would
We'll sell you the N64 cartridge.
it's like. Was it Phil Spencer or something like that? The Xbox guy. Like he's always been like anytime that
he's always been weirdly sound.
Like,
which is nice. He's always been weirdly nice.
PlayStation have got a big launch or Nintendo got a big launch. He'll be like, well, good on you.
But Reggie's like that though as well. Reggie was always very positive about other games.
I think it's Microsoft's money arrogance. They're like,
nah, I don't think it's
Xbox.
I'm too rich for this.
The Xbox has never made money. Like the Xbox division never.
Yeah,
you
were saying that.
It's always lost money. It's always just been a vanity, almost a vanity project for Microsoft to say, look, we're in your house.
I would call it a passion project, not a vanity project.
Well,
passion.
It keeps Microsoft on, like, in people's minds. Like they're like, oh, Microsoft, they make the Xbox.
I think that's a cynical way to look at it. I think they like what they do. And
well, again,
they're not exactly going to go bankrupt.
That's the thing.
Exactly.
We've spoken a few times about either people buying the Xbox division, like completely, or the Xbox division going off on its own to be its own company.
Yeah.
And they're like,
did they not absorb it recently?
Well, they've taken in like a lot of games, like
it's not
Double Fine and stuff.
Oh,
like
they
that
bought a lot of studios. But they bought Ninja Theory. That is like, I know people are upset that Ninja Theory won't make games for the PS4 or the Switch, but I want to see what Ninja Theory do with Microsoft money.
Yeah.
Like,
but did they not change like Xbox Game Studios or Microsoft Game Studios to some kind of basically it's under the umbrella? It's like I don't think they're gonna
they own
getting rid of it anytime soon.
Coalition, 343, Double Fine, Ninja Theory. Like they've looked at this generation as a learning generation. They're like, look.
But I've got mad respect for them. Like,
we need to
all
buy.
the companies are like this these days. It's just, and it probably is coming down to people are going to buy what they want to buy. There's no point in us squabbling. So
might as well get on with it.
Yeah, good on you. Like
we can all make money out of this.
Yeah.
See the Double Fine thing.
Like, you always bring it back to money in this pure cynicism. Like
it's about money though.
No, I don't think it is.
Honestly, at the end of the day, these three companies need to make enough money to stay afloat.
Yeah, no, I get the companies are there to make money.
If Sony becomes more popular than Microsoft or Nintendo, then they will sell more. They make more money. Nintendo might fall out of the market, or Microsoft might fall out of the market, and that's it. That's them.
Anyway, we were talking about the Smash Brothers.
That's for a wee debate.
Yeah. So Banjo and Smash.
Fuck Banjo.
Hey!
He's
Banjo.
overrated.
Yeah, his games are overrated.
Games are alright, man, but they're overrated. Sorry.
Let's go collect 4 different things. Awesome. Fucking collect 100 fucking musical notes.
It's literally
bananas. That's Donkey Kong.
You know,
Look at your wrong animals, mate.
I like my Ubisoft games, and you always complain about them being collectathons and that kind of thing. But I'm with you here. Like the Banjo Kazooie games. Everyone gives them a pass, even though they're collectathon games, and it's just like, oh, but it's Banjo Kazooie. It's like, Who gives a fuck? It's still, it's just not.
They were charming
fun.
for their time.
Yeah,
If you released that game
yeah.
today, people would be like, "What the?"
Oh,
fuck?
did they have? It's called
Ukulele.
Ukulele. Yeah.
And people
Well,
went, "What the fuck?"
yeah.
So anyway, let me finish this
So,
one.
fuck Banjo.
But even on
Fuck Nintendo.
even on the rare replay, I went back and I played it, and I was like, yeah, it's fun, but I'm not finishing this. Like, fuck this, man.
Because it was on the 64. That's the reason
Hamish
why I
has
got
finished a lot of things. He's not finishing Banjo.
it. There you go.
I don't know
To completion.
How to take that?
Finished. So, Banjo is now playable for it. Plays well, looks great. The level is like one of the ones, a new design that they've done now, where it's like top of the mountain. It sort of rotates. It's a rotating stage. Very interesting sort of development from
I
that.
love them.
And they also confirmed the 4th character for the DLC,
Who is it?
and it's Terry Bogard from Final Fight.
Who's that?
It's Big Terry, mate.
Big Terry. I don't know if you
He
see
literally just told you exactly who it was.
Terry
What's
is
that Final Fight?
Final Fight is
No.
SNK, a Neo Geo game. That's.
What's this SNK?
Do you want me to slap the
Shut up.
shit out of you, you drunk asshole?
No, I know what who Terry is, right?
Okay, so Terry.
I get the
Final
Terry-
Fight will be, you know, what you and Dom have when he knocks the fuck out of you for being an annoying asshole.
I get Final Fight and I get
Hold on.
Terry.
Let him finish his
Okay,
thought,
well,
right? Let
well,
Dom
don't-
finish his thought. He's the.
Well,
he's,
okay, well, sorry, well done. Hugh's got something like you get Final Fight, you get Terry.
He's a shit Ryu.
What?
He's a shit Ryu.
He's if more likely he's a shit Ken.
Who's a shit Ryu?
So he's a shit.
If you
shit.
break it down,
Nah, he's different. He is different from it. If you play
I
the
know,
games, he's
like-
different from it.
I'm being a dick, but
Oh.
like I know Final Fight is a massive. It was a Street Fighter fucking competitor back in the
Yeah.
day. It was a huge arcade.
yeah.
Yeah.
Terry's a good. I actually like the fact
It's a good cunt, isn't he?
he's a good cunt. Terry's a good
He's
cunt.
he's got the Japanese Americanism all the way down.
Yeah.
The way he's like, hey, come on, and he does like that for it. And
They're going to release 5 more characters after this.
yes, that's what I was trying to get to before he kept interrupting me there.
Is
you
it,
asshole.
Definitely-
is it definitely 5? Did they say it was 5?
So
Another,
he said-
another whole pass?
so
I
he
know
said
there's more coming.
He
but
said a whole new season, which we would sort of guess is going to be
So
5.
Goku and Master Chief.
I didn't.
They're still in there.
Still going.
I didn't know. I didn't hear him say it was a season. I thought he just said more to come.
Yeah, he said there's going to be more people for it. Another season is coming.
They will be
for it.
releasing characters
Right,
as
season.
long as people keep buying
Yeah.
So,
packs.
so who do you want to see then?
So,
Goku and Master Chief.
okay.
Master Chief?
Alright, Master Chief, fair enough. That'd be cool, but
Chiefy
I bet
Chief's-
his moves would just be kind of, I suppose,
So you
closest
could-
to Snake or something like
Yeah,
that.
so you could have.
Gun, the sticky grenade.
Yeah, Snake.
So I would like to see. I would like to see Dante from Devil May Cry.
Oh,
That is actually a
would
shout.
I would
yeah,
really
that'd
like
be-
to see that.
I don't even like those games, but he'd be a cool character.
I'm
Because
gonna say-
in PlayStation All Stars, I felt they got underused, even though it was DMC Dante. But I was like, I would love to see.
They need a
Dante
second
for-
one of them, by the way. They need to refine that game.
Yeah,
PlayStation All Stars.
but I was I would like to see him. There's Doom Guy. I'm
I was
always
just
thinking of
thinking
You
Doom
thinking
Guy.
Doom
I was
Guy?
literally
Oh,
just
there you
thinking
are.
I don't
Guy.
think Doom Guy will be. I think if we get Doom Guy, we'll get Master Chief. Because
No.
they'll be the same guy.
Yeah, I was thinking like when we were talking about Gears and obviously they're bringing in characters like Batista and stuff like that. I was thinking Doom Guy would be great to bring into Gears. He fits right into the Gears
Yeah,
universe.
it
Yeah.
does actually.
Yeah, but anyway,
I thought you were going to say Marcus Phoenix and
Smash.
where
Oh,
he just,
nah,
where he
I-
just stamps on Mario's head.
it's funny.
He's like, oh,
chains
whoa.
goes through Kirby. Everyone else is crying. Like,
That's what I want to see. That's actually what I want to see.
So there's a few that I would like to see from that. A lot of people were wanting to see who was that big one? The one for it, Superman, Goku.
Superman, like there'll be no
Superman-
DC, no Marvel characters in this.
Do you think any shonen?
it'd be way too overpowered.
They,
No,
could,
it's
not.
they could have Goku because Bandai Namco and Nintendo are pretty
Pretty tight,
close.
yeah.
As companies, they work together a lot.
But all of you DBZ fanboys would be like, why doesn't Goku just come in and beat everybody because he's so powerful?
Yeah, but then it's not.
Sounds
It's supposed to be
exactly
fun.
like me.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah, it's supposed to be
I
like-
think that was you talking.
Yeah, it's a fucking two Hughes. in here.
Echoing.
I don't know which Hugh to shoot. Which one's the real Hugh?
But like,
Obviously, it's just, you know, it's a game.
Yeah,
I get
but
that.
I mean, who would you like to see? Sort of like, I mean, do you play Smash or do you just be like, it'd be nice to see?
I play
something?
Smash and I win Smash every fucking time I play it.
that's
I would.
The only time I've ever lost Smash was when we played it in Musedale and my controller was fucked because of that drift shit. You lost too because of it as well.
I would like to see a Marvel character, preferably either Spider-Man, Wolverine, or Iron Man.
Yeah,
I would
I
like to
could
see
see
any
Iron
of the ones.
Man.
I would
No.
like to see Wolverine more.
I was gonna say, I think if out of them, I think it'll probably be Wolverine. He'd be easiest to put in.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
He's not got all.
attacks.
Aye.
And he's got hunged. And he
That
can
would
do
be
all
really
attack.
cool,
He
actually,
could be
yeah.
basically like a little Mac.
I don't think we've
Or
seen
a
any
Hulk.
Marvel characters.
You can make a
like
Hulk like a Donkey Kong kind of,
Yeah.
build up the punches.
Or a
Jason
Gandalf.
character.
Yeah.
Gandalf.
Jason.
Gandalf. Imagine Gandalf and Smash.
I'm a Gandalf in this game.
Gandalf. God damn, I've never done that before with Gandalf's
Yeah,
name.
yeah.
I want Walter
But, I
White.
mean,
Walter White, you're goddamn right.
Heisenberg.
Just throwing down that chemical he made that blew up that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was off. But either way, I'm looking forward to seeing what the other characters are.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
Smash is this weird game that.
I think it's now that everyone
It's
wants
a-
to be in Smash rather
like
than him
a-
just knocking it
It's
down.
an iconic game now, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're like, oh,
Aye.
my character's in Smash. That's it. That's amazing.
I've
Because,
made it.
yeah, because
Yeah.
what's happened like after that, the announcement with like when they were going through the demo for it, they brought in Sans from Undertale,
Yeah.
which is people lost their goddamn minds. And I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
the
it's just a
skull
gunner. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just a gunner.
We need to play
Put him
Undertale,
for it
by
because
the
it's a me. I keep telling you,
You
you need to play.
you love it, man.
Yeah,
I
so
think I'd really like it. As
I
well.
think you really dig it. So like, there's a gunner.
Shut up.
Dig it, mate.
Yeah.
Dig it.
I seen your face there, Hamish.
Yeah.
You
I
was jealous of me and Dom bonding.
I was smiling because he said dig it, and I was like, I don't think I've ever heard him say he would dig it before.
So
So-
shall I book
Booker T over here.
So he's a gunner sort of character for a me. So
Right.
he's not an official character, it's just a skin, but it doesn't matter. Toby
cool.
Fox's character is a Nintendo game that celebrates all video games, and it's even got like Megalovania, which is the theme song for Sans.
Right, okay.
So it's got that as a remix. So they remixed his music for Smash, which
That's
is
pretty
incredible.
All Smash music's amazing,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
So that's like so a lot of people.
I'm going to
lost
throw out a
interest in it.
character, and I think he'll be in it the next pack.
Okay, who are you thinking?
Ryo Hazuki from Shenmue. Because Shenmue 3 is coming out.
But what can he do? Apart from go, is there any sailor about?
I mean, you do a bit of like.
He's
kung
an
fu
iconic-
He
in
do
it,
your
but-
virtual fighter.
He's an
but still,
iconic.
like-
Or Kiryu.
He's
from
already in it.
Yakuza.
Oh no, actually no. Yeah, that would be really cool.
Have you seen? I know this should be in the news,
Seems
but
a bit boring,
have you
though.
seen the
Yakuza 7?
Yakuza 7 is turn-based,
Yeah, there's
like an RPG.
Yeah, we talked about this before. Yeah.
Did we? I
yeah,
was drunk.
we did.
But like,
Don't-
also
don't-
they're releasing Yakuza remastered, all of them,
Yeah.
for PS4 in one big collection.
And I think that's pretty sweet for it.
Oh, that I would buy.
Did
That-
you
that
see?
looks
Did,
so cool,
did
though.
you see the trailer that he did for Tekken for it? So
It's
basically,
Kiryu and Tekken,
no, someone did a teaser one for having him in Tekken,
right?
which is basically
Heat
they had
suit Tekken actually.
yeah. So what's his name from Walking Dead? I was about to say Nigel. What's his name? Negan.
Negan. Oh, yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Negan's
So
Walking
Jeff-
he
Dead.
goes.
Morgan's
He's doing like so.
character,
He's doing like the back count, and he's like eeny
Ah,
meeny
yeah,
miny mo,
Mo.
and then he says like, and then it points to Kira, and they've edited it so with the baseball bat points at him, and he looks up, and people are like, how good would that have been as a character reveal for Tekken 7? You've been like,
I would be
I think we
pretty
should
cool,
Yeah.
stream Yakuza, by the way,
Yakuzas,
because it is wild.
fucking
shit.
wild.
Like from the start.
Yeah, we could do
Or the new
zero.
one,
We
or-
could do zero,
Zero's
6.
fun,
Or when's the remaster out? Or the
Uh,
collection?
The collection's out soon, but the I've already got remasters for the PS4.
So the Zelda Link's Awakening, you
Yeah.
can fish.
I know. I looked at
If
that.
Ross was here, Ross would be flipping out because he
Oh,
could fish.
He loves his fishing, man. Every single game that we play together, I was like, "Oh, right, how you doing, man? I know bad. What you been up to? No, not much. Can you fish in this game?"
Sorry, mate. Can I catch any fish here? Like,
It looks good, looks fun. It's a nice wee remake, and you get to see old Kirby, old Mario characters in it because they were all in those games
Yeah,
as well.
yeah,
so it's
I
pretty
kind of
cool they
wanted to
kept that
play the
aesthetic.
original Game Boy game before this came out, but
Mhm.
people keep telling me don't. Like,
Yeah, just
when
wait.
I say people I don't know, YouTubers keep saying don't just play the remake because it's going to be like the same experience. But
yeah.
Like an updated experience.
yeah, but the Game Boy game's is not that long either, so
They'll probably add in a lot of stuff. That's why they're
I
probably
love
doing
playing my
it.
Game Boy as well, so I
Um,
need more excuses.
Also, they dropped a trailer for a game that I never thought would ever get a sequel at all. Deadly Premonition 2.
Oh yeah.
So
Explain this game.
That looked-
Yeah,
this
that
game is.
That looked mental.
Who's the director of the game?
How the fuck do you explain that game?
I don't like.
Right, Dom.
Right.
I'm gonna stay silent. You do your shit.
Right.
This is gonna take a while.
So
I'll stay quiet.
Dom's
You-
looking
so
up a synopsis.
no.
so-
So I can't even look up the synopsis. So basically,
I won't
it's-
say anything. And you tell me about the game.
Because you're
That'll
wanting
make
to
a
drink. Is that
change.
why for it? So
I won't interrupt you.
Hugh, shut up, man. Fuck's sake.
And you tell me what Deadly Premonition is.
Deadly Premonition is a game. There we are. Give me 1 second, 'cause I need to pull up some
Got a
sort of
premonition. I'm
character.
gonna knock you the fuck out of here.
Whoa. That was wild.
I tell you laughed and then, whoa, wait a minute.
Right, that was a serious threat. Right,
I'm trying to remember what's
Right, so they're
what's
going to
the
release
TV
the
show?
first one.
No, I was about to say it's not Stranger Things. It's
That was something I was going to talk about. And I,
the David Fincher show.
We're all over the place.
David, he's finished with it.
Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks, right? So that's I was trying to remember the name.
I've never seen Twin Peaks, but everyone, everyone, podcasters,
Yeah.
YouTubers,
Twin Peaks is
tell
fun.
me to
Can
watch
I
Twin
just
Peaks.
put one thing? I meant to say earlier on when we were talking about Dead by Daylight.
Okay.
No, that's right.
Okay, okay.
Is that a game?
Dead by Daylight is getting like a Stranger Things thing.
All right.
You get that weird plant looking
All right. The
Demogorgon.
Yeah, Demogorgon monster.
Is
You
the
don't
monster.
fucking like
Oh, that's
Stranger
awesome.
Things.
I know, it's shite.
But he's just letting us
I'm
know,
just
right?
letting you know, I just saw it, you know what I mean?
You didn't even like the first season.
Because it's shite.
So it's a company called Access Games.
You're the worst.
They do it
Irish.
for it.
What? So,
I thought you weren't going to interrupt.
You
So Access. So it's Deadly Premonition is created by Access Games.
who's
It's
the director though? Because he's meant.
You said you weren't going to interrupt you.
I didn't interrupt.
You did.
Hitata Suri. Is that his name is? Swery.
Sweary.
Sweary.
It's a sweary game.
So he's big into his Twin Peaks. He's big into that sort of weird,
Like surreal,
sort of psychological
Twin Peaks movie, Twin Peaks TV show.
Twin Peaks TV show.
Both.
Nice.
And not the
No
newer,
Holly.
yeah, not the newer sort of
I
one.
don't know
for
what
it.
that is because I've never seen
So
Twin Peaks.
Legion.
you fall an
I've
officer.
never seen Legion.
No, you fucking shit. No, sorry. Sorry.
Dom, are you hosting this or are we just arguing?
I'm just like, god damn.
This is
motherfucker.
descending into chaos again.
That's because we're steaming, mate.
Steaming into chaos.
Right, please tell us about this, Tom.
Okay, so Deadly Premonition, you're following a cop called York who has a psychic connection to his brother who he talks to in his head, but you don't really understand how this is happening. You think you're playing his brother because you have quotes that you have. You could be ellipses, not say anything,
Right.
or you can talk back to him and he's like, oh, okay, I guess I'll go with this. Game is very, very strange. It's janky. By janky I mean it's buggy. By buggy I mean it's a complete fucking mess.
Is that on
Okay.
purpose?
But
Because it's
it's
kind
on
of
purpose.
Gonna fuck you up.
It's
a bit?
supposed to be like, so you'll have like, you'll go into, you're investigating strange things happening in this town, very Twin Peaks.
Did you say
you
there's
like your
stranger
cop?
things happening?
You said you wouldn't fucking interrupt. Shut up. I'm actually interested in this. So shut up.
So you do like quite a lot of things that's very, I was about to say Dave.
Strange.
No, you do things that are very,
Stranger Things?
things happen to you that
Are they
are very surreal. You shut the fuck up. You do things that are very surreal. You get messages from cups of coffee, which is a big thing, like a nod to Twin Peaks, where you get messages that happen and you go, oh, okay for that. But your settings are really strange. You sit down at a dinner table and the host is sitting at the far end of a long dinner table and it's like, so how's your day been? But then you can hear them clearly and she can hear you clearly, and it's shot strangely for that, and it's done for, I don't know, comedic purpose, or it's to be a tribute to like Twin Peaks and its surrealness and how.
I was gonna say it sounds
things
like
are.
it's to try and kind of throw you off.
Yeah,
like,
it's making you unsettled. It's supposed to be like, what the hell is this character and what's going on
So
here?
what's the story?
So that's what the story is. You're trying to figure out what's going on in this town. Someone's been killed. I mean, the intro starts with you talking to yourself, lighting up a cigarette. A creature, I think it's a monkey, jumps out. Something jumps out in front of you. I'm sure it's a raccoon and makes a monkey noise. Goes, "Arr!" And you're like, wait, did that raccoon make a monkey noise?
I'm sorry, can we hear that monkey noise?
See, who's
That's a monkey noise.
Are you editing?
Yes. I'm
Play
saving all
that. Play that all the time, will you?
Oh yeah.
Please don't.
40 minutes.
Was it 20 minutes? 40 minutes?
No, we did 40 minutes of Hugh's laugh last time, so I'm going to do 40 minutes of your monkey noise this time, right?
Okay, starting
now.
Oh. Yeah, I like that. Fucking wear the headphones for that one. Can you make it go left and right as well, so it's in different?
Oh yeah, like your monkey will be jumping all around on
man.
each shoulder.
You better have some funny music behind it as well.
Circus music.
So
it sounds
there is,
very
yeah, it's very
mental.
surreal. So it's done like kind of Resident Evil way. as well. Like, so you're walking about over the shoulder cam with your gun, shooting these undead creatures. Are they undead creatures? We don't know. They walk backwards at you, so you see them turn facing around, you facing the back, and they sort of hunch back, and then they start walking towards you.
Who's the wrestler that does that?
Bray Wyatt.
Is that the
very, very kind of like that as well. So it's surreal, scary, weird, awkward, hammy, funny.
Yes.
It's just so when I heard that they were making, so either like people don't get it and go, what the fuck is this, or people absolutely love it and they'll die in their hill just to go like, no, this is one of the greatest games ever made. If you're a Twin Peaks fan, you'll love that game.
I'm pretty sure
funding this second game.
I'm pretty sure the people that love it still don't get it. Like, I don't think you can get it, but I
don't think you can.
Yeah.
Like, York's a really strange character, and then seeing him in the trailer for Deadly Premonition 2, I'm like, right, what? And then it's like, it's set in the past, and you're like, wait, they're going back? What? And it's convoluted, it's crazy. It's supposed to be unsettling, I think. It's supposed to be weird. I was going to say, I mean,
it's the style. A game like can do whatever they want because it's meant to be jarring and weird.
Are you looking forward to it though?
I don't know if I am, but
maybe looking backwards.
Yeah, I'm looking backwards. So, but the thing about it as well is when they announced that, they said that Deadly Premonition Origins is coming for the Switch. So if you really want to see what it's like, you can buy it on the Switch, and it's out now.
I might do it
for it as well. So there was also
the original one, yeah.
Yep, the original one for it.
What was it out for originally?
Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and it was buggy as fuck. So then Deadly Premonition Origins patched on quite a lot of things and made it a bit
so if I buy Deadly Premonitions for the 360, will it patch it?
I think it should.
Will it patch it in?
Yeah, cut that out. That was embarrassing.
That's in, mate. That's how we're going to launch it.
And we're cutting a video of that as well.
So there was also a message from Bethesda saying like, "Yo, Bethesda, yeah, check us out. We're the guys that do
hey yo,
Doom,
Bethesda, hey.
And we do other things.
Wolfenstein.
But we're here to talk about Doom. And do you know what they say about Doom? You motherfuckers like Doom 64. Boom.
Well, obviously Doom 64 is going to go to the Switch.
Why? I have more reason Doom guy is going to jump onto the Smash.
Do you think so? Do you think this is all part of it?
I think so.
So Doom 64 is... I've bought Doom 1 and 2 for the Switch.
They're remaking 3? No, Doom 64, isn't it? That's what they're...
Doom 64.
There's 4 and... Like Doom 64 is not just Doom 1 again, is it?
No.
It's
a completely different game.
Right, cool. And I don't have to play it with an N64 pad, so amazing.
Yeah, same for that.
No, it was basically just, on the 64. So.
Yeah.
But...
So it's a separate game though.
It's its own
campaign.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Right, here's something. We're talking about Doom. We're talking about Bethesda, right? And I just came across this by pure accident, right? But have you heard of Doom Bone Vodka?
No.
What?
Doom Bone Vodka.
I won't buy it though.
£45, right?
Uh-huh.
Limited edition bone vodka made with only the finest ingredients. I'm going to show you guys a picture.
Oh, look at that!
That's Doom Bone Vodka.
What bones are in it?
Chicken bones.
let me read out the synopsis. Doom is a world of flames and demons, a barbecue pit of action, the world first vodka using bones sourced from world famous butchers, the Ginger Pig. Right, so they basically run this vodka through pig bones.
Awesome.
That's what I look for in my vodka. £45.
Order some, right?
No.
And we could do a drinking.
It looks. The bottle looks kind of cool.
It says Doom on it.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
That's the minimum I look for in Doom vodka.
As well. But yeah, that's another reason why I thought Doom guy might be in Smash for it as well. So, Hugh.
Whoa, we'll go back to it. So you thought Doom guy will be in Smash because Doom 64 has been released for the Switch?
Yeah, I would had the feeling that they could have released Doom guy because Doom has been released on the Switch.
I can see that.
And it would make sense, but having Doom 64 kind of soft confirms that they're in talks with Bethesda of bringing a character over.
Is there any characters from 18 plus games? Bayonetta?
Yeah, Bale.
Snake. What are you
looking
for here?
No, I'm saying
Jessica Negri. Oh yeah.
No, but Is the Doom guy going to grab Mario by the face and ripping him into
No,
two?
Well,
it's-
just because he's from an 18+ game
Doesn't
doesn't
mean-
mean he needs to, like, you know.
Snake kills a bunch of guys. He's not going to kill
Aye.
Kirby.
Aye.
Kirby's going to eat him and then have a cool, a cool haircut with
Wee
a
bandana and shit, yeah.
That's how physics works.
Yeah, that's how Kirby
Well-
works, mate.
Are you gonna actually try and apply physics to Kirby?
Aye. My boy Kirby.
Aye, Dom's boy Kirby.
Anyway, so also in the Nintendo Direct, they released the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. They made it this. Okay, so this is how they pronounced it. You ready?
Right?
Super Nintendo Entertainment System, Nintendo Switch Online Edition. That's how they pronounced it. And they said it every single time like that.
Not a mouthful at all.
And I'm like, okay. So, a couple of games that are on that are pretty cool. And you also can get a SNES controller that's wireless.
I
and
did,
it's
I did like that.
That was pretty sweet.
I
That's
looked
pretty
at that
cool.
And I was like, that's quite cool. Yeah.
Also,
Mhm.
expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was only like, what was it? 18
They said
quid or something?
$29.99
Aye,
dollars.
like dollars. So that's
So-
what, like 21 quid, something like that. 20
But
quid.
it's Nintendo over here, and they'll probably went 40
They'll probably,
Maybe.
they'll probably keep it 30-40 quid.
Yeah,
Like,
Here?
yeah.
yeah, probably.
Fuck that, no chance.
Mate, the Pro Controller for the Switch I bought was...
I'm not saying like, you know,
Oh.
they won't, but I'm just saying like, fuck that, I'm not
I
paying
mean,
that.
I
but-
can play it on my Pro Controller.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to buy one. Like,
But it just looks cool as well.
the same thing, like, I enjoy that they release these SNES games. As a man who owns a lot of SNES games, who has a SNES Mini, who loves the SNES, I don't get this like drip feeding of the same games constantly. Maybe it's licensing issues, like they can't quite get Konami, Capcom and that to release the titles, but like they
I
did
doubt
this to the Wii and the Wii U. They released SNES games, and then you're like, well, if you've already got that.
Yeah.
Them release the Wii and the Wii U.
We
Why
did-
do I have to wait for them on the
I
Switch?
think it's to keep people still interested. Like,
Because
it's-
remember they did
it's so
that with on
frustrating,
the
though,
at the
like-
end of the Wii U cycle. They turned around and went, "Oh, here's Pokemon Snap." People are like, we're kind of playing PS4 now, mate.
I would absolutely go back to Pokemon Snap. I fucking
See,
love
I've
that
got
game.
Pokemon Snap right for the N64, but I would like it in an HD format with a better fucking control
Aye,
system.
yeah.
Like, we're at a point now where the Switch can play GameCube games.
Yeah.
Probably comfortably.
Yeah.
Why haven't you released Eternal Darkness?
Mario Sunshine.
Mario Sunshine, like these games that people have been asking for an HD re-release for fucking 10 years nearly.
Yeah, it's just because like either they're waiting.
They're waiting for that.
I think it's just
Money,
aye,
opportunity.
They get that dip, and then it's like, oh, by the way, here's a game you actually wanted. You know, like it's maybe that's cynical of me, but I think that's what it is. It's just
Our
they're trying to
phones-
they're looking at like a 5-year plan.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, if you were to
for peaks and valleys and
yeah,
stuff.
like
like
if
that,
it was
so.
to release everything available right now, people would play it solid for a year maybe, and then never again.
They have to. Like, Nintendo struggle to keep up with what's going on in like the world. Like we can play N64 games on our phone, like comfortably.
Yeah.
I've never tried GameCube games, but I know the Dolphin emulator is really, really good
Yep.
on PC and maybe phones, because phone processors are fucking powerful
You
these
can
days.
get like
Yeah.
the Samsung Galaxy Note 10.
yeah,
it's
that,
like 8
that
to
could probably
12
play
gig.
Super Mario Sunshine.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
there's no reason why we can't have a marketplace with these games individually available or Netflix style. Like you can try these games out, and like they can say it's licensing or whatever, but like Mario Sunshine is their game.
Yep, and
Yeah.
they can release
Like
it for it as well.
like no one wants to play like a third party game on a Nintendo console. They want to play Nintendo games.
Speaking of Mario, Mario and his best pal Sonic at the Olympic Games for Tokyo 2020.
I was so excited when I saw that. I was honestly like, I've never played one of those games before. There's been a few, hasn't there?
There's
Like,
been loads for him.
I'd never played one, but I was watching it and I was like, that looks like a lot of fun.
Is it because they did like the is it karate or judo they brought into it, and it was like,
Yeah.
oh, that looks fun. But then they did
Not just
the
that, but like,
8-bit mode as well, which looked pretty sweet.
that was cool.
That
yeah.
was a new feature they did for
Yeah,
that.
Do you like how Nintendo pretends that Sonic is in the same level as Mario?
I mean, they run because he's when they were wearing
would
bibs
you been on the same level? Like,
on the level.
Sonic.
you mean like
Sonic
making a
games
game
are-
with them together, or do you mean are
Sonic-
you talking like judo fighting? Like,
Like Sonic and Mario are the same level of
who's gonna win?
iconography.
Aye, yeah.
Like Mario is like, you know, like a
Yeah.
icon of gaming. Sonic is
No, it's
to
more-
an extent, but
It's more of a
games-
mascot thing. There's a Sega mascot and
Aye,
Sonic, and there's
but
a
if you ask kids these days, like, who's Mario, they'll tell you who's Mario. But if you say who's Sonic, you'll be like, that guy.
Just you wait until that Sonic movie's out.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna know.
Everyone's gonna be
love
got to
him.
go fast and pray to Jesus.
I hope that movie's good. I honestly do, because I love Sega. But like, Sonic has had like mixed reviewed games for the last 15 years.
But the Olympics though.
It's hard to but it's hard to have Sonic in this world
Hugh.
now.
But the Olympics though.
It's a story mode that you get with Dr. Robotnik, and you get it with Bowser and Luigi and Mario and Sonic and
Like,
Tails.
I'll be honest,
Do
like,
you know who the Japanese? Do you know who the mascot is for Tokyo 2020?
Mario.
Who? Sonic?
It's Goku.
Goku?
It's
Really?
not Goku. It's goddamn Mario.
It's Goku.
Mario comes out and go, hey, fucking Goku.
Jamie,
He
pull
fired
that
up.
up and find out.
Boom.
I am sure
There's-
it's Mario. Let me double check.
Pull that up, Jamie. Like, I
We are not Joe Rogan.
looked at the game and I was just like, it just looks fun. It's like one of those games you look at it and you're like, that would be great fun to play with my pals. Like that,
Yeah.
I can't
looks
wait. I can't
alright.
wait to
It looks
have a
alright.
wee night where we all play that, and it's just like a wee mini game. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't care about the story.
I think they're going to really try
because
because it's Tokyo. Like I saw
Yeah.
I played the Olympics.
Oh, we're both wrong. What the fuck is that?
it's my boy Jim.
We're
What
looking
the fuck
at
is
the
that?
mascot. I don't.
It's a wee black and white
Cat?
sort of cat. He's like, he's just waving, having a good time.
Find out his name, man. I like him.
Yeah.
He's cool.
It's Goku, mate.
He's known as, is it Somebody?
No, it's named Miratoa.
Miyatoa.
Miratoa.
And that looks like somebody.
Come with this.
Miratoa. Yeah, because Dom doesn't know how to work a phone.
Aye, being right in Goku. Aye, Son Goku, Naruto, Sailor Moon are just some of the ambassadors. He's not the. He's an ambassador, Hugh. And he's up there.
Ambassador's
And
the
he's
one
up there with
that-
Naruto.
Yeah, but he's not the. He's
Imagine being the have to stand
he's
by
not the boy,
Naruto
mate.
of all people.
What's wrong with
Fuck.
Naruto?
What's
I'm
right with
actually,
Naruto, mate?
I'm actually just starting.
We're not starting a show, a shonen argument right now.
I'm starting to watch Naruto's anime and reading the mangas. So,
good for you. We're never going to talk about it on this podcast ever.
Hamish,
Yeah.
I'll fucking talk about it anytime I want, mate.
No.
Okay,
Not
so
on this podcast. You want to fuck you. But anyway, just to digress. I think it looks good. I think it looks fun. I think it'd be like a good wee party game.
I think it looks trash.
Speaking,
on
You
earlier,
look like fucking trash.
speaking earlier with Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast time, which you were very particular.
Oh,
that is
yes,
getting re-released
yes,
on the
man,
Switch,
yeah.
the Switch as well.
Swatch, yeah.
It's good for
It's
as well.
awesome,
It
but
was
it's
all-
already been
Aye,
backwards compatible on the Xbox One for a
That's
while.
right as well.
they're fun, but it's nothing new. So I'm not like,
But it's good that it's
madly
there for it
excited.
as well.
But yeah, but no, it's cool.
So then Nintendo decided to throw a bunch of games out as well. Okay, we'll have to move.
Yeah, I
They
think-
threw a bunch of games out that are coming out soon. One flashed up and I couldn't stop laughing, and it was Devil May Cry 2. And it was like,
Are they
why the
going to
fuck
release
is-
these games
I thought it was,
individually?
was
Yes.
it not the first one?
No,
Like,
the
no,
first one had been out is like
Right, okay.
There's been an HD collection of the first 3 games on the Xbox 360, PS3, PS4, Xbox
Xbox
One, but they're releasing them on the Switch one at a time.
Is that down to the developer of the
It'll
original
be
game?
Capcom.
It'll be Capcom.
It'll be Capcom.
It'll be
Yeah.
Capcom.
So
They want to make
they
as
approach
much
Nintendo
money.
and be like, oh, here you can remaster our game or you can re-release our game.
No,
They're
no,
re-releasing it one individually, but it
They'll
doesn't-
say
No, I mean it's
Nintendo,
like
we've got Devil May Cry 1 remastered, release that please, and then a year later Devil May Cry 2, a year later Devil May Cry 3. Even though the collection's been out for other consoles for 10 years nearly.
Yeah. So,
9 years,
been a
something
while.
like that.
But
Because
yeah.
I have the collection.
Is there a market for that? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
people like
'cause
DMC on the go. They like
Devil May
Bayonetta.
Cry-
yeah, but have they not already got it? A couple of times. already?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
But if they want to have Devil May Cry 2 portable, I don't know why you would want to torture yourself
See,
portably for
see,
that.
I played 1, 3, DMC,
Of course, you played one.
and a little bit of.
Is that just
about
because it
4.
rhymes? 1, 3, DMC.
No, but the DMC is fun from that as well.
Right,
But anyway, you're saying.
They still never played one.
It's embarrassing why they haven't released it as a
Yeah, it's really
collection.
weird. It's really
It's,
weird.
it's on a collection of the PS4. It's on a collection of the Xbox One.
It's weird.
Just release it as a 1 to 3 collection.
Yeah.
It's obviously a money making thing. They want to make as much
They
money. as
also
possible.
announced you were happy with, was it Xenoblade The original one, they've doing that. It was originally on the Wii, and now they're releasing it on the Switch.
I've been debating,
Xenoblade Chronicles
do I play it on the Wii? Do I play it on the 3DS? Like the new 3DS? And like I was thinking about getting it for the new 3DS.
Why wouldn't you play it on the Wii? Like, surely the Wii is the superior console.
It's not HD.
Is it really fun?
Wii fun.
And like it's not HD. That's pretty much it.
That's not HD.
I don't have a Wii or a Wii U set up constantly.
Yeah, and your Switch you can play it again. That portability was a big factor.
And like the 3DS version has nicer graphics because it's a smaller screen, so they can make it a sharper image. Even though it's less pixels, they can make it a sharper image.
So that's Nintendo done.
Yeah.
Then,
but like the Xenoblade remaster makes me think there's going to be a Xenoblade 3
in the Switch
coming out. Yes.
Probably for that as well, because then he's been in as all our characters. He's in the
and Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Yeah,
is going to be remastered.
We covered all this.
I think that's Nintendo all covered then, boys. Oh wait,
can I talk about Xenoblade?
No, there's two things that need to be covered for it. There is, they showed off about 10-15 minutes of Animal Crossing. Probably another 8 podcasts to be talking about something like that. It's just harmless fun.
Nothing wrong.
You probably will like it now.
I've played Animal Crossing.
It's
years
just
ago
more
on my 3DS.
Yeah.
I don't know why I needed to do that. To tell you what, show you what 3DS is. I played it. Like, it's fun. It's just I'm not one of those kind of long-term game people. Like
that motherfucker.
I like to play a game, finish it, move on to the next game.
Yeah.
Did Tom Nook have you for years? Did they have you fucking paying that loan off in apples for about 15 years?
I just stabbed him, mate.
Fuck Tom Nook.
Get out of it, you know.
You went in his house in the dead of night and you slit him right across.
You know what, like, basically. No, he was furry. I set him on fire. You know, I was like,
Tom Nook, I fucking owe you nothing, you prick.
No, like, see, the thing is, like, I remember playing on the Game Boy. Was it Game Boy? Game Boy Advance.
The Game Boy Advance.
Hart. No, you don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Harvest Moon.
Yeah, that's Game Boy Advance. Yeah,
I really like that. I played that for a long time. Part of it was probably because my brother and I played it, and you get the old transfer cable and that, and you could move shit around and that. So that's what never got me into these kind of games.
But you enjoyed it.
Aye, but it gave me a reason to
a
try these games.
Nostalgia.
And I mean it's fun, but it's really not one of those kind of games.
Crossing? Are you going to buy a Switch at some point?
Yeah.
He might buy it. He might buy it for Pokemon for it because they're releasing some of the stuff for that as well.
Mate, I think we should get right into this Pokemon.
Every time I see more stuff about Pokemon Sword and Shield, I'm like, oh, fuck me, I need to get a fucking Switch.
How good was the curry thing that they did for that? I don't know if have you seen that? Like,
they're like, oh, here's the big feature. You get to make curry and rice for your Pokemon and and you're like, oh shit, bro, I need to make some fucking curry.
You can make a tent and hang out with your Pokemon. I was like, sold!
I'll buy 2 copies, please.
You can go to your friend's tent and pet their Pokemon. Sold again! Yeah! I was very excited about that.
When did you follow the Pokemon? Gold, silver?
Yeah, about that.
Same.
Dom, same. Like, I am back in a big way. I am right into this shit.
You get to that age and you're like, Pokemon, that's shite. You know, like, I'm too cool for that. And then you get older and you're like, I don't give a fuck what people say.
Yeah, Pokemon Go.
My Pokemon.
Pokemon Go. Yeah.
I was playing Pokemon Yellow not long ago, and I was like, why the fuck did I stop playing this? This game is badass.
I think it's because
I get to take 6 wee pets along with me and make them fight other fucking pets.
I think it's because the number became too high for like.
You couldn't remember all the Pokemon.
And I also you got a feeling that it was just the same thing over and over again, and I was like, I've already played this. Obviously there was differences, you know what I mean, but see, the thing that I'm interested in this one is, I thought they touched on it, but is there any kind of integration between Pokemon Go and this?
You
Pokemon
did say
Sword and
that
Shield?
you can take them out for walks and stuff and get candies and stuff. They did that with Pokemon Let's Go.
Pokemon Let's Go, I can transfer any Pokemon I've got.
Is Let's Go not Pokemon Go?
No, Pokemon Let's Go is the one you can connect to your Pokemon Go and you can transfer. Pokemon Let's Go is a remake of Pokemon Yellow.
Yeah. If you
want honestly, see if you were going to
Get back in deep.
That's a super like
Basic.
casual way of getting back into Pokemon.
So Hugh, you were playing Pokemon Let's Go, is it Pikachu or Eevee you had?
Eevee Dom.
Yeah, and you said you were enjoying that and the way it was
did.
integrated with Pokemon Go. I'm assuming you didn't use the Pokemon Go feature for it?
I wasn't a big Pokemon Go fan because
Yeah.
I'm not a big mobile
Player.
phone gamer.
Yeah.
Is that a thing? Mobile
So I
phone
would
gamer?
think
Mobile gamer?
Yeah, I'd think Sword and Shield would probably integrate Pokemon Go in some way. I would hope they would because I enjoy using
Well,
that.
the
You
big
can get your steps
controversy-
in for it as well.
The big controversy is that it won't include all the Pokédex, which is like nearly 1,000 Pokemon,
Yeah.
or 1,000 at this point. I
Is
can't
that a
remember.
controversy? That's enough.
No,
Because,
no,
because
no, no.
all of the games,
They've
even-
got the Pokemon bank that people have been saving the Pokemon
Aye,
and they want to transfer.
you
It's
can
nuts,
take a
man.
Pokemon from Red and transfer it all the way up to like Ultra Moon and Ultra Sun.
But still, like, how much do you need? That's a lot of fucking Pokemon.
A lot of people have like emotional connections to those Pokemon. That's
Yeah.
the end. I've IV trained these
You know what?
motherfuckers, and
I'm maybe
alright,
just
I
saying that because I'm like an OG 151 kind of guy.
I know my
I'm like-
Pikachu.
yeah.
I know the Poké Rap.
I got that shit down, boy.
Have you ever watched Pokemon the anime, like the first like 50 episodes?
You were talking about this last time about
You're
Pokemon.
saying
You're
it's pure
saying
slow.
it's pure
It's trash. Yeah,
trash.
Right, like you said, Eevee, Pokemon.
yeah I bought
right.
the Eevee one.
What Eevee are you?
You're
Evolving,
not allowed
mate.
to evolve it.
No, but
It
what?
chooses not to.
What
evolve.
would you though?
There's new ones as well. There's like Umbreon and like.
I'm not talking about the original.
Where's a lot of Umbro?
Oh, it's fucking Jolteon, mate.
What was the original? Volteon.
Flareon.
There's
Flareon.
Jolteon, Flareon, and Vaporeon.
Right, which one would you go for?
Jolteon.
I would say Flareon.
Yeah,
It's a
Flareon.
cool- yeah.
Flareon, give me.
Flareon.
Flareon.
Whatever. That guy.
the one attack.
Well,
I want to set a fox on fire, right? Just
Let me
let
have
it go, man.
Let him have this.
see the thing is, like, seeing the Pokemon Let's Go, right?
Yes.
I see keep Eevee happy. You have to like pet her and stuff, and I'm like,
Like Tamagotchi
kind
style.
of cute. You know, you're like petting her with your finger and stuff like that. And you're like, this is kind of creepy. Actually, this isn't.
I mean, it wasn't until you said that.
Oh.
Well, I'm glad that it's not like they're obviously, you know, they love their Pokemon Go.
Mhm.
Why not integrate that whole
I think they
Pokemon
will.
Go and
I'm just. It's
not,
just
not Let's Go, like actual Pokemon Go, like the you know. Why can't we bring in our roster of Pokemon that we've found, or maybe like
Yeah.
a select few to the game?
I
Like,
think there
that'd
will only
great.
be a select few Pokemon from the before games.
Yeah.
Before the games that came before, so like they've got like a whole roster of new Pokemon because it's set in like in England,
Yeah.
not Scotland, even though we're fucking well
British
bastards.
bastards. But yeah, it's a British sort of thing
Yeah,
because they
like-
do have this spooky one that's a ghost in a teapot.
better.
And
Yeah,
you're like-
that looks cool as fuck.
Yeah,
actually.
but no, they had. What was the one that I pure marked out at? It was
Wait, a Pokemon is a ghost in a teapot.
Yeah,
It's a
it
ghost
was-
that hides in a teapot?
It hides in a teapot, and it was this like. And then they had this one. It was like a bird, a black crow thing. It looked awesome. And then they had a sheep. I think it was a sheep. I was like, yo, that guy looks awesome.
Yeah, like, it's a good looking game. Like people are moaning about the new Pokemon because it doesn't look like a modern RPG, but you're like, Pokemon isn't ever.
What the
like a
fuck do you
modern-
want? Skyrim?
It's
Pokemon
not, it's
game?
not
know.
meant to be a modern RPG. It's meant to be a Pokemon game.
Yeah, it's supposed to be
Yeah.
fun.
And we will play that game only between playing Jedi Fallen Order though.
So
I'll be honest. I'm definitely more looking forward to that than Pokemon.
I'll play both of them though. We come back for Japan on the 11th to the 12th though.
Yep.
And like I've got like 2 days recovery because we'll be jet lagged
We'll be
as fuck.
fucked,
And
yeah.
then both of those games will drop through my door. 3 games technically because I've ordered the Sword and Shield package.
yeah, the duel.
It's like £100.
Because Jason was saying he's wanting to do that so he's going to get a Switch when we're over in Japan. And
Oh, he's a lying bastard.
I said they would.
He's
So
a,
you're getting both, so you can get all the Pokemon.
Aye.
Are you gonna sit there with your wee transfer cable?
No, he's going to get Sinead one so she can get it as well.
Sinead's gonna do
Sinead, go to work.
Sinead, I love you. I've bought you this present. Gonna get those Pokemon so I can get them off you.
Yeah, you get to work.
that. I once
Yes,
bought Sinead an
charming.
Xbox 360 so I could play FIFA at her house.
Good man.
Hey, I bought a lassie an Xbox once and then just beat the fuck out of her at Tekken. I was like, what's
Why
your...
did you beat your fuck out of with a Tekken?
I beat the fuck out and then
She
I
was
played
talking
Tekken
back
for
and
her.
I had to pick up that game case and like I was like, what's your what kind of games do you like? What's your favourite game? She's like, I like a Tekken series, and I was like, sit back and get fucking wrecked.
So anyway, Hideo Kojima
What'd they say?
he came out in an interview and he said that Death Stranding has an easy mode, basically a theatrical mode, where if you just wanted to see the story of the game, you could just walk, click and play, which opens up like a big conversation about like those sort of games that got like a lot of budget and it's very heavy story. It's very heavily story integrated for it, and I think it's more just to stop people from basically going, you know what, I'm just going to watch that all on YouTube, or I'm going to watch Markiplier or PewDiePie
I
or
don't think it's to stop that, but I think every game, maybe not every game, like because obviously you get games that
because it's like
try to be tough. But
yeah.
I think that the vast majority of games, specifically story-driven games, should have something like that. Like,
because it's not like, when I say easy mode, I'm not meaning like easy mode as in, oh, it's just the first level. This is an easier mode than what you would determine as easy mode. It's a passive mode. Are you good for that?
No, that's what I know it isn't. Again, honestly, I totally agree with that. Like, you're gonna get people that just want to see some kind of, basically an interactive movie, or even just a movie. Like, I think that's a great idea.
Alright, cool.
They don't have time to play a 30, 20, 25 hour game, whatever it is. It's going to be about that time because of Metal Gear Solid. They were about that time. Like, that's probably the reason why we've got these easy modes, is because Metal Gear Solid 3, 4 and 5 were so long.
Yeah,
but it was all story like centric.
Yeah, it was very more like it was voiceovers for it, but it was a lot of dialogue.
Yeah.
There was a lot of talky talk. There's a lot of Star Trek-esque, like a lot of conversations.
Hideo Kojima wants to be Steven Spielberg. He wants to be a director.
Yeah.
He doesn't like games are a medium for him to get his stories across.
Yeah.
Like, I watched that PT video you sent me,
Yeah.
the true meaning of PT.
That's a really interesting one. It goes in
If
depth.
it's true,
for it.
genius.
It makes sense, doesn't it? Like, a lot of it,
like,
like,
it was never meant to be a real game.
Yeah,
it was meant to be him.
Silent Hill, PT.
Yeah.
Like, it was never meant to be Silent Hills. It was maybe he was creating Silent Hill. He knew they were cancelling it. He created PT as a demo and released it without their knowledge. And it showed, like, the guy showed like certain parts of the demo that like can be represented as Konami fucking him over.
Yeah. You see like his positioning in the company dropping down at the time that this game was coming out, and there's a lot of like dialogue that, you know, you look at, you read it and you hear it and you go, okay, this is just Kojima being trying to mess you up. And then the more that they sort of go in depth to what happened in his personal life and what was going on with his career, you're like, that actually makes sense. And then they mention like numbers and stuff that's Hideo Kojima's date of birth or when he was employed, and you're like, and then they mention like, you know, they're going for a guy that's, you know, he's making more money for us in a cheaper way. Yeah. It's like, it's really in depth. I'll send it to you as well, man.
It's a really interesting video. Yeah, it's super interesting. I watched it. It was like 20 minutes or something. Like that, and like he went through it and he was like, "This game was never meant to come out.
No, it was never.
Like this is just him.
A wee passion project.
Relaying a message to you that
what
his
he wanted
life
to
is
do,
fucked up right now because of Konami.
No, it was more. It was more that he released that without Konami's knowledge, because he knew that if the game was ever going to get made, this is the only way we're getting it, by fan demand. And then when they did release the demo, everyone went nuts. Yeah. Everyone was like, "Oh my god, a Hideo Kojima game with Non-Retus and Guillermo del Toro behind it doing, oh my god, that's going to be brilliant, a reboot of Silent Hills, we've been waiting for this, because Konami don't know what the fuck they're doing with it." And then they sacked him and got rid of it.
I was just going to say, we need to do a video series on our YouTube. Was it youtube.com/Patchison Gaming?
Yeah, me playing scary games.
Oh, Hugh playing scary games, because I swear to you, that'd be the funniest fucking
I would say
thing ever.
We should call it Shug at Night. Shug at Night. I'll make a wee theme song.
It'll be called the first 4 minutes of any game, because that's as far as he gets.
He shugged himself.
I don't like scary games, right?
So I'm looking forward to it, and it's nice that they're making it more accessible to people for it. I mean, a lot of people, as you say, like, you know, Metal Gear games last like 50 hours with like all the dialogue. Yeah. And people going the memes and nanomachines, and you're like, okay, cool. So Apple had their Cascade yesterday, where they were talking about their new devices with the iPhone 11 and the 11 Pro, all this sort of like technology that they're bringing to it. But they also mentioned something I thought was quite interesting. That's why I'm bringing it up. The Apple Arcade, which is a subscription-based game, basically like Xbox's Game Pass.
Alright.
So you pay $4.99 a month and you get unlimited games. They've even put it on the site, no ads, no extra payment for these games. There's no like added monetizations or anything. These games for it. That's the thing, is these are all sort of getting in development. They say they've got 100 games ready to go. for it when it launches in September.
Is it
Right, hold on.
old games or new games?
It'll be all new games developed for Apple by game companies. Unfortunately, they didn't really sort of show a list of games that looked interesting. They all sort of looked like mobile phone games. So I was like,
Right, I've had an iPhone for over a decade, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Are we talking about Apple? iPhone Apple, yeah.
iPhone Apple, which you can use on your iPad, on your Mac, on your phone.
So it's
on
going
any
to be
devices.
games for that.
Yes, games on next. See,
I'm not
so that's the
interested.
reaction.
Why?
Yeah, so when they were showing it off and all that, I was like, okay, I get that. I get it's okay, but not a lot of people, I think, in the West part use their games mostly for. They use their phone mostly for games. If they are, it's sort of like, you know, ticking games, like you would do something for a job and then, like, you know, come back in a couple of hours and then look at it again and do that.
Don't
But
get me
these
wrong,
ones,
like-
it's because like they're trying to show the power of this new A14 chip, that the fastest processor you're ever going to have. It's going to run these games in high def quality and HDR, 60 frames per second. They were really pushing for it.
So are they developing new games,
Yep.
or are they
They're developing new IPs for Apple alone. Like it's the
phone,
same.
phone games? Like,
Yep, all for mobile phones or tablets
idea.
or.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not an Apple fanboy. I've had an iPhone for a long time, but
Hugh,
why the fuck would you bother?
Hugh, what would you think of that? See if Samsung or Android
Hugh-
did
Hugh's
something.
gonna hate it.
Okay.
I hate the idea already because it's Apple.
Mhm.
I am not in the Apple sphere. Never had
Right,
an iPhone.
We don't want to know
Like, you know
what companies you like.
I'm just
or
giving you the
dislike.
background, right?
Give us an actual reason why you don't like it.
I had an iPod back in the day. I loved it.
Mhm.
But I don't like any of the new stuff. I'm also an Android guy from day one.
Mhm.
I've never had any iOS stuff.
Wish you were an Android so I could fucking shut you down. Continue.
Fuck did that come?
Here's the thing about mobile games.
Yes.
The way I see it is people download mobile games about properties they know.
Mhm.
Like
Mario?
Star Trek's quite a big one.
Mario Run.
Mario
I've got a
Run,
Star Wars game. I've got a
Star Wars,
Marvel,
Marvel
game. Yeah.
Bandai Namco's Dragon Ball and the same for that as well.
Naruto. They've all
If you're a loser, yeah.
Bleach. They've all got big games, but like
Final Fantasy.
Apple have got the install base to have this be a success. If they release the right type of game,
And they do it exclusive to them.
Yeah, like are they going to release? Is Capcom going to release exclusive games on iOS?
So this is where I started worrying.
This is wild to me.
This is why I'm a bit worried for it, because earlier on in the month, or earlier on, at the end of August, start of September, they mentioned Mario Kart was getting a mobile game, and then I'm like, if Apple get exclusivity on Mario Kart,
I don't think they will.
No chance.
they got Mario Run for a whole year before anyone else.
Did they?
Yes, they did. They got so
Did they?
if they did.
I thought it was out on Android as
No,
well.
it was out on Android now, but what's exclusive to
A
Apple?
year later.
Yeah. If they do that, that would really anger me, because I don't
Yeah,
think.
you do.
Oh,
You do care.
I still haven't played
Yeah, you do care.
but I mean, like,
it. Like,
it's
I didn't even know it was out.
You do
What's
care.
Mario Run?
Fuck off.
So, with that, like, you know, if they're buying exclusivities with this
Yeah.
game sort of pass thing for it,
I don't think they're buying Nintendo exclusivity with $4.99 a month.
the only reason is like because Mario Run was like that happened before, and will it happen again? And we don't know, because that might be up in the air for it.
Here's what I'm going to
That's
say.
so crazy to me. Like,
Gamers don't like playing games on touchscreens.
But
No, they're
Joe,
not.
Casual people.
Joe Public,
Joe Public.
Joe Public.
I'm a gamer. I've got a few.
Are you?
You want to compare gamer score? Get my gamer score.
Oh, that's his.
These guys.
Oh, look at the size of that gamer skull. Could nearly broke the desk in half.
No, that's
NFL
not
player.
fair to say. Like, I understand that. Obviously, mobile games are.
Joe
You know,
Public won't pay
hold on,
$4.99.
Wait.
You know,
Joe Public
mobile
can't
games are obviously, you know, designed to be for a bigger audience, but that's not to say that gamers don't like mobile games.
Yeah, not to say that for it. And you get the first month free.
Gamers won't pay $4.99 a month.
Oh no, like, I'm not saying I will, but I'm just.
Well, any of us three, I wouldn't pay $4.99.
Fucking hell no!
Exactly. That's where we're at.
Well, see, like, it's more that I don't use Apple, and if I used Apple,
We've
and
all had mobile games that we put money into. Some more than others. Me, I put hundreds of pounds.
We don't do
Yeah, we've talked about it before. Look, I've still got like maybe three, 4 games that I play fairly consistently on my mobile, and I've had an iPhone for 10, 15 years, whatever. But that doesn't mean that I'm gonna pay money for something that's.
But then
like,
what happens if they do release a game that does look really good, that runs really well on the iPhone 11 or the iPhone 11 Pro or on the new?
Then I'll be like,
iPad?
"Fuck you! I'm playing my Xbox." Like,
Exactly.
that's not gonna make me.
If you compare it to Game Pass, right? Game Pass, you know you're going to get Xbox first party titles day one as part of the package.
Yes.
So you're going to get Gears 5, you're going to get the next Halo, you're going to get Crackdown 3. So you're like, right, I know I'm going to get these like exclusive games, and I'm also going to get these third party games that they've already listed for me.
Mm-hmm.
But then Apple's like, here, pay $4.99, which is only £3 less than Xbox's Game Pass, for no guaranteed games.
But again,
Like,
it's more
no big games, no games that you want to play.
But I don't know if they're just keeping their cards close to the
Well,
chest
no,
at the moment,
no,
because they've not
that's-
really mentioned it. We don't know if there's games yet.
That's not
all.
fair, because they could come out with, you know.
What are they going to say? Oh, you're going to
Well-
play. They can't say you're going to play.
Yeah, but we don't know
So
that.
there's
we
two
don't. We
games-
don't know that yet, right? They
There's
may
two
come out
games.
with.
There is 2 games that they have sort of talked about that have been leaked, and both of them are by Sega. One of them's Choo Choo Rocket sequel.
Oh, I did love it. I did love Choo Choo Rocket on my
that was one.
Dreamcast. I did love it.
And they said there was another rumoured one that was a long-awaited sequel for a game, but they've not confirmed what it is. But Choo Choo Rocket 2 is definitely sorted for it.
Even though, like, I'm like, oh, that's cool. Love Choo Choo Rocket. I'm not gonna.
You would use it for a month, wouldn't you? With the free trial.
Free trial, enjoying stuff. But there is no fucking way that I'm gonna spend any kind of money on a mobile
That's
game.
so interesting, because
Especially when Choo Choo Rocket is already on your mobile for free.
no, but this is
Part
like
of
Sega.
This is the new Choo Choo
It's a new
Rocket
Choo Choo
here.
Rocket made
There's,
for it.
there's new mice, new rockets, and new choo choos.
New ways to get out of
New cats.
mazes.
You forgot the
new
cats.
cats. Yes, there we go.
New
like,
choo-choos.
like, yeah,
Fuck
like,
Choo Choo Rocket is what I'm saying.
well,
take that back.
well, let's just let's just calm
No,
down,
like-
right?
Let's all
Unless
be.
the next
No, I'm with
fucking-
you. Like, there's no like, it's very silly in my opinion. Like that you would pay money for that kind of stuff. Like,
Unless the next fucking Skyrim, you know, like big.
Do you play
Triple-
Skyrim?
there's not
No,
going to be.
I've never played Skyrim.
No, the thing is, there's not going to be.
Next big
There's not
game.
going to be anything groundbreaking
Yeah.
that's only released on the phone.
Yeah.
That isn't released on any other console. Like, it's going to be phone games. Let's be honest. It's going to
Yeah.
be phone games.
Can you
which-
Candy Crush? Sure.
They're fun. They're
Candy Crush.
fun wee time wasters sometimes, but
That's it.
they're not worth spending a bunch of fucking money on. Like,
Yeah. Okay.
So we're against it.
Yeah, but I'm
We're all
not a big
against
fan
it,
as
yeah.
well. I laughed when I
that
seen
one time that I agree with you.
it. Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, I laughed. I did laugh when I seen it when I was watching the Cascade yesterday. So, guys, that's us done sort of like games and news and all that. Has anyone seen anything interesting recently? I know I've seen a few things on Netflix that I really enjoyed. Hamish, was there anything in particular that you've seen that you thought was entertaining and worth a wee watch?
You know what? The only new thing I've seen is the Dave Chappelle special.
Yeah, Sticks and
Have you guys
Stones.
seen Sticks and Stones?
Yeah,
Have you guys
so
seen
good.
that? Yeah.
I've not seen it yet, but I love Dave Chappelle.
Oh,
I did see the
when-
clip. I was thinking we were talking about it on Twitter, and I was like, I love that clip that he talks about about the audience and that.
Yeah.
And doesn't,
I mean, if you've seen Dave Chappelle ever before, you know what you're getting into. Like, you know it's going to be good. You know it's going to be
solid.
brilliant. Basically, yeah. It's really good. It's I don't want to say slow. That's his usual kind of style. Like, you need to think about it as cerebral. You know,
Yeah, there's a lot of
He's-
callbacks in there like, in his show.
he's a smart comedian.
I always sort of think like Dan O'Brien sort of has that feeling with it.
Dan O'Brien,
Yeah,
right?
he
did
does
callbacks.
His callbacks are
He'll
insane.
take like an hour to tell a story, and then it'll call back to like the beginning of the night. And
Billy
you're like,
Connolly- Billy
yeah.
Connolly's
Billy
big at
Connolly,
it
I
as
was
well.
just about to say, but, like, and I think that is a bit of a trope with comedians, but with Dave Chappelle, it just feels different. It's like,
It's got a lot of controversy. This one, like a lot
Really?
of people don't like it because it touches on a lot of touchy subjects, but like as someone who none of those subjects touch, I thought it was hilarious. But
it depends like how you feel about those certain subjects.
Well,
what does he talk about? Is there anything that's crazy?
that really surprises me.
I didn't think it was mean about anything.
It wasn't like.
But see, the last one, didn't he talk about OJ? And like, have we met him a few times?
Yeah, like
said that he actually murdered those people.
No, I didn't say that.
Honestly, the only kind of touchy subject I can think of that he spoke about in this special was like a transgender community.
Mm-hmm.
But he's already talked about that before,
Yeah.
and he's touched on it more before. And
People are just choosing to get offended nowadays, I think.
honestly, I was left thinking after I watched it: are people manufacturing this?
No, like
This hate, or are people really
none of these jokes
that you know
Strung up.
sensitive that
No, and like I think none of these jokes were ever like directed towards us, right? None, like we can't say that those jokes they didn't hurt the people that they was talking about because we aren't really them.
Yeah.
no.
Like-
What I mean is though, like this one is, I mean, probably the least offensive one.
I think what it is he has set up a narrative of he's making fun of everyone and everything, and this is what he's doing now. He's saying that the audience is too sensitive and stuff.
It's not for everyone. I'm not gonna sit here and say watch him because you don't like him.
Yeah.
Everyone likes different things, but
I like Dave as well.
but you know,
Worth a watch.
I would say so.
100%. It's a top class stand up show.
Hey. So Hamish, what else have you seen?
You know, I watched The Upside. It's I'm pretty sure it's an Amazon original. It's Bryan Cranston.
Is it not?
I'm sure
I'm sure it got released in the cinema. Bryan Cranston, Kevin Hart, and Nicole Kidman.
It was in the
Yeah,
cinema.
it was in the cinema.
Was that
Me
it?
and Sinead missed it.
It did look really good for the trailers and that, but it's more because you see Kevin Hart doing a serious role and stuff like that. But
Alright,
what was
but-
Bryan? What's the story?
Controversial.
Yeah.
It's apparently. Why is it controversial? It's
Because
apparently based
Bryan
on.
Cranston played a disabled person, and people were saying that it should be a disabled person playing the disabled person, but
Anyway, sorry.
That's
So-
shit.
Yeah.
It's
That was
apparently
controversial.
it's based on a true story.
Yeah.
And I'm always taking this with a grain of salt.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You know, how much of it is based on a true story?
We've all
but-
seen Pain and Gain when they say it's based on a true story.
Aye,
yeah,
exactly.
that film,
That took some liberties.
Aye.
oh, that film is amazing.
Yeah, sorry.
But basically, you've got Bryan Cranston, and I love Bryan Cranston as an actor. Like, Breaking Bad, one of my favourite TV shows ever.
Malcolm in the Middle, awesome in that.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like action,
Proper acting.
Yeah,
Proper
proper acting.
Malcolm
like,
in the Middle was acting.
no,
He's talking about serious
Malcolm
shows.
in the Middle was fucking amazing. I loved it, right?
Yeah, it was good, wasn't it?
But Breaking Bad was, I mean, like the epitome of proper acting.
He's the one that knocks.
Also,
Ooh.
we're going to be talking about this on the next podcast. Breaking Bad movies coming out soon.
Yeah, I actually can't
Yeah,
wait
yeah.
for that.
The
The Jess
big Jess.
Pinkman.
Have you seen all of it?
I've seen all of Breaking Bad, and I saw a trailer, and I was actually super excited because they didn't
El
mention
Camino.
Walter White.
Yeah.
They actually just it was just Skinny Pete saying, I'm not going to help you find Jesse Pinkman.
Fuck you.
But anyway,
Yes.
anyway,
Brad Pitt.
what a film, honestly.
Mhm.
It's basically Bryan Cranston is a quadriplegic. He's looking for a life auxiliary. Kevin Hart is ex-con,
Mhm.
so he needs to just show up and get signatures to say yes, I did come to this.
Household and
I came
Is it
to
based on-
I came to this job interview, but Bryan Cranston takes a shine to him, and they develop a friendship. Like after he finally convinces Kevin Hart to work with him.
yeah, just to sort of like turning over a new leaf and stop doing like what was he in jail for?
Well, I was like aggravated or something, but
Oh, right, okay.
there's also this kind of subplot of Kevin Hart. He's not seen his son.
Recently divorced, I'm assuming. And
Yeah,
stuff
basically,
like that.
so he's kinda trying to
Build his life back,
talk to
yeah.
his ex missus and stuff like that, and then he tries to kind of show off like, oh look, I've got
money.
I've got a job, I've got good money now. It's a really nice story.
Yeah.
Overall.
And is it like hits you in the feels?
It definitely does, man. Like there's some really funny bits. There's a lot of people look at Bryan Cranston and they're like, I've only seen you in Breaking Bad. But obviously, you know him from Malcolm in the Middle. You know he's a good comedic actor, and he does great. He's got timing down. Kevin Hart's always been known as a comedic actor.
Yeah, he was in the scary movies, so I mean,
you'll
like
wake up dead.
You can't wake up dead.
That's how it was because a rat becomes a mouse.
That's the first time I saw Kevin Hart, I think.
Mine was the 40-year-old virgin. He was the guy that he was trying to buy a stereo from the other guy.
Yeah,
that's the first
have you
time.
guys seen Soul Plane?
Yes. Is he in that? That's right.
He's in Soul Plane.
Oh shit.
He's like the main
character in Soul Plane.
It's basically like this guy wins the lottery or something.
No. What
What
happened was he was on an airline. Flying somewhere.
I haven't seen this.
Okay, right. So the plot is he was on an airline, and his dog gets killed because he gets flushed down the toilet or something like that, an accidental thing, something stupid like that. So he gets like $100 or like $500 million for like the dog dying for it. So he ends up making his own airline, which is a Soul Plane.
It's got like Red Band, and it's got like all these
Snoop
people
Dogg
in it,
and
Red Band?
Yeah.
So like it's hundreds of actors and all
It's
that.
so daft, but honestly, I enjoyed it.
Snoop Dogg's a pilot that flies the plane, but it's it's afraid of flying. It's things like, no shit, I'm afraid of heights. You're like, what?
It's basically kind of scary movie level of cheesiness and shite.
Terry Crews,
you know what I mean?
I think Terry Crews.
No,
I can't remember.
It sounds like a movie.
Yeah.
I don't think
It's fun though. Anyway,
I don't think he was.
Anyway,
yeah. It's actually a really, really nice movie.
Does he act really well considering he's got a comedic background? Does he have like a good sort of... I'm assuming with like what happens with the kid and all that, is he serious like Kevin Hart?
Kevin Hart?
Because like he can show off more of a serious side
yeah,
than he's
no,
just
definitely, yeah. Kevin Hart.
Are you impressed by the way he was acting?
Very impressed, yeah,
That's
absolutely.
good.
Like because it gets it doesn't get dark, but it gets gets real.
Yeah.
And a lot of things, and because obviously you're talking about this person whose whole life is pretty hard and.
Yeah, it's hard to have not be able to move your body. A lot of things you take for granted for doing that.
Yeah, you've got Bryan Cranston's quadriplegic life that he decides to take over, and then you've got the kid that he's not allowed to see and stuff like that. And honestly, I think Kevin Hart gets slept on with his acting ability because he's in so many. Comedies,
because he's in so many movies with the Rocko.
Everyone sees him as a comedic actor, and yes, of course he is. He's really funny, but I think he's actually a good actor as well.
That's good then.
But,
so would you rate that movie?
I would absolutely recommend it. I'd give it a good 7 out of 10.
I'll watch
7 out of 10. That's watchable.
Mate, it's good. Also, it's on Amazon Prime.
Alright, that's probably you got there. Yeah,
I missed it in the cinema because I was like, Bryan Cranston, Kevin Hart. I want to see it, but it was in and out so quick.
I remember
so quick.
So
it was in and out so quick.
Right, Hugh, what have you been up to? What have you been watching?
Well, we've been trying to watch like a new film every night, like a film we haven't.
Is that you and the missus?
Me and my girlfriend. But try to watch a new film every
Lovely
night.
Sinead, I love Sinead.
She's amazing, isn't she? But we watched a couple of good ones, a couple of Quentin Tarantino films. Tarantino. Jesse Eisenberg. Is that his name?
Yeah, Jesse Eisenberg.
Woody Harrelson.
Zombieland.
Yeah, they were in Now You See Me, and
I was gonna say
I heard good things about it. But God, is that a trash film?
What is Now You See Me about?
Well, it's like a bunch of Woody Harrelson plays a mentalist. Jesse Eisenberg plays
Eisenberg
plays a magician. They're all kind of magic in a way, and
They're magicians.
They're all magicians, and Morgan Freeman's in it as well as a guy that shows off magicians' tricks, and then Michael Caine's in it as a guy that funds their tricks, and you know what? It's a film that
Batman.
Oh my God, the charm about magic tricks is that they look normal but tricky, but in this film they use CGI and stuff, in this film they use CGI and stuff to show tricks, and
I mean, it's a film. Like, would you?
But that's not the point of tricks.
Yeah,
though,
I think it's like there was no charm to it because it was just like CG'd.
Yeah,
like see, like if you were going to watch a magician, like maybe they did that to protect
Dave
the
Franco's
magician.
also in this, by the way. I forgot to say.
And maybe they did that to hide the magician's code or something like that. Or Penn and Teller. They could have got Penn and Teller. They sort of showed them a couple of card tricks.
It was just awful. Like Mark Ruffalo's in it as well as the FBI agent trying to find them.
Does it get raging and just smash people up?
He does get raging, but like the like there's no like everything.
So what's
is
the
a
plot?
day
Is it
is-
just
they're doing these bigger and bigger tricks to then do something like it's like a crescendo of the biggest trick, but there's no logic
It's
to
just
any of
nuts.
this. It's just like this happens, then you go, how did that do that? And then how did they do that? And then like they cut back and they're like, well, we had this, we thought of that before, and we did this crazy thing.
We got it.
It was always Deus Ex Machina, always like it's like Sherlock Holmes. It's always like
I knew that shit before it came in the room.
we figured it out before.
Yeah, like that's the way people like magic tricks. If you can think you know how they did it, then it's got a little bit of charm.
It's got a bit mystery
But like
to it for it,
the
but then-
film is so fucking trash, man. like I
Was
don't
she
even
meant
know.
to like it?
No,
Oh, that's
like
it.
neither of us liked it. Neither of us like.
With the credits roll, you both went, well, that was a pile of shit.
Yeah, we were like,
I mean,
that was
sounds like
awful.
it, yeah.
Like the end magic trick as well was like. It was like they pretended to be one place and there was like a big crowd around them, and then like the FBI agents went to tackle them and it turned out they were dummies, but 2 seconds ago they were like dancing.
there.
And like I was like, this is awful. This isn't giving
It's
me
a
like
cheap fucking Hollywood film.
this isn't giving
What
me
do you
the,
expect?
the pleasure of figuring out how this goes along.
Yeah.
This is like, oh, this happened and this happened and this happened and this happened.
It's the same sort. Is it not like The Prestige? Like then, is that sort of way with The Prestige? Did that just do that well, or?
No, because it didn't make the audience feel smart for figuring it out. It was always Deus Ex Machina. It was always something came out of nowhere to like explain something, and like it's like the new Sherlock series. You know the one with Benedict Cumberbatch.
Cumbersnatch.
Martin Freeman and that. Yeah.
Yeah, like if you can't figure it out, like you don't. Like
You
I don't
don't
feel
earn it.
happy with it at the end.
You don't deserve the aha moment, like aha.
I like
I
oh
agree with
there's
that.
no like if they can't get
It's a lot better if you don't know.
no, because if they go, by the way, this thing from out of nowhere happened, you're like, well, how
It's
the
like it's more
fuck?
like how like
No, that's not fair. Like,
no, that's what the new Sherlock does. It's not like it's not pasted like so you're along with Sherlock with the ride. It'll be like Sherlock, like so. Say for instance, like there's a body lying in the ground. Sherlock goes, okay, let's see that hand, and it sort of zooms in. Wedding ring. I think that's one of the episodes. It shows that, and then it's like later on, he's like, "How did you figure that out, Sherlock?" He's like, "Well, over in the corner where the camera didn't follow, there was this thing here that I noticed from it." So
Yeah,
it doesn't
that's-
give you
No,
the
like,
observation to be
if
like.
it-
Doesn't
if
give
it
you the
explains it- if it-
satisfaction.
No,
No,
if
but
it explains
explain-
it, it's fine.
No, it explains it the after fact, so you don't get that satisfaction along with Sherlock to be like, okay, we seen that too, so the replay, like, so if you watch it back, you went, all right, that's how you noticed that.
Yeah.
So you lose that sort of
I think
experience.
I think that's how magic tricks work. They're either charming in a way that you can like go, I think you did it like that, or
No, magic tricks are wrong about misdirection.
but there's no misdirection if it's a CGI. It's a solid 4 out of 10.
4?
Like you could watch it and not think, but like see when you start like
It just has so many
paying
problems.
attention, you're like, this is like to keep up. You have to go, well, anything's possible. Magic is real, and you're like, well, the point of the film is magic isn't real. These guys are just really good at certain skills.
Yeah, they've just got like the handiwork for it.
They don't show you that these guys are just good at certain skills. They're like
No, but
they are
guys-
superhuman at certain things, and you're like, that's not like that doesn't keep me going with it.
that's terrible.
Yeah,
I did see like the Bill Burr special on Netflix,
yeah.
which
Bill
was
Burr saw it as well.
which was fucking great. I got to see that live in Glasgow as well,
Oh, nice.
which was pretty
Yeah.
sweet.
Paper Tiger.
Paper Tiger. It was called 50. when I
Why
seen
is it called Paper Tiger?
I actually not sure.
Because it's not that offensive. I think that's what he's going for.
What's it?
Or it doesn't hurt you.
A paper tiger isn't offensive.
Well, no, it's like it doesn't hurt you because it's made of paper. It's maybe
That's
scary
what
to look at, but it's
I think that's the
paper
analogy
cuts.
of a paper
Fuck.
tiger. Like it doesn't hurt you.
So it was really good and really enjoyed the jokes and that. He did mention on the Netflix special it's a 90 minutes. he's like 90 minutes and that, and it only lasted about an hour. And I know where they cut a lot of the jokes because I was there live for it, and I was like, it kind of makes sense at this time in America where they would have probably cut a lot of them. A lot of it to do with the servicemen of at the time. So I was like, okay, and that was a good half an hour chunk, which was hilarious. And I hope they do show it in the DVDs.
We've got a lot of American listeners, don't
support our troops, we say before. But I really enjoyed that. It is worth a watch if you get a chance to watch it on Netflix. I've also watched 2 90s revivals of cartoon shows that I used to watch when I was wee. Well, I say 90s. One of them was a cartoon that I've always heard of but never watched, and the other one I used to watch all the time. The one I used to watch all the time, Rocko's Modern Life.
I loved that. I fucking loved
The
that.
Netflix special came out for that. It was about 45 minutes, and you see that it's a revival from 20 years of them just floating around in space for no reason. The rocket on Rocko's house takes them up to space, and they come back 20 years later, and everything's in our modern times.
Yeah.
So, they have the coffee Starbucks jokes on every corner, and they have like mobile phones of iPhones, like they release a new phone, and then the other one, the heifer comes out and goes, I've got the newest phone, and then a second later a guy comes out, puts a sign up on the wall where it's the newest phone, and everyone comes around the corner to buy the new phone. So you get your jokes like that, but it's all up to date. But it's the whole story is interesting with like Rocko has like, I don't remember, I don't know if you're really familiar with the old show for it.
I remember Rocko
He has,
early, but I remember it being actually like,
it's very genuine.
gross?
It has its gross humour, but it has like quite a good sort of story with like Heifer's family and stuff.
I remember it being very kind of
It was about modern
ahead of
life.
its time.
Yeah, there was a
It's
few
about
bits
modern
like,
life.
because I watched a few episodes before the special as well, just to like remember a few of them. Like Rocko working in a comic book shop was a big one, and he gets to become the boss for a wee while. And it shows like when you have your friends and that, and like how friends, if one gets a position of power, how that sort of dynamic works out. So I'm like, I still laugh at a couple of the jokes and the voice acting being really good on it. Rocko has a favourite TV show called The Fatheads. It's a terrible looking show that only he finds funny, and I don't know if it's because it's like he's Australian or something like that, with some sort of joke. Hey, put in for it as well. So when he's up in space, they says, "Oh, I've watched this for 20 years and it's still funny." Okay. So they crash down to Earth. His tape gets wrecked. So he's like, "Oh, we need to get more episodes of this favourite show. We'll just bring it back." And they're like, "Well, no, our boy doesn't do that show anymore. He's went out to find himself." They do a whole thing of just finding Fatheads. What are they called now? It's the Fatheads, the two frogs, sort of like the ones that sort of the antagonists of the show, that Rocko always seems to be like dicking about with them. The female ones always try to bang him for some reason. I mean, I thought that was always as you do.
As you do.
Go against a wallaby and a frog,
Yeah,
but
seems fair enough to me.
Yeah, just for that. So it's still got its charm. Still has a lot of fun sort of things that you had from the 90s for it. So I really did enjoy it. They had a wee bit of people were saying there was controversial sort of messages. It didn't really seem controversial. The only thing that was interesting that I would sort of bring up for it is that it's nice to see these 90s shows or these TV shows get a wee bit of a revamp for it.
Yeah.
But are they going to continue and make TV shows of it, or are they just, this is one and done?
It
never
depends
watched,
on the popularity of the film.
So with Rocko, I can kind of see it not taking off as much, because the way they ended it is just like, Rocko basically is like, well, this is they had he got his episode of the Fatheads, but they introduced a new character, and he couldn't deal with that. He's like, no, I wanted it to be the original. I wanted it to be like it was 20 years ago. I need to have it like this. And one of the characters, the Wind, the clouds voiced by a character, and he's like, I'm the winds of change, and he's basically just, shit happens, mate. Times change. You can't have everything the exact same way you want 20 years ago. And it's like sort of a wee
sense.
sort of, alright, okay, I guess that, you can bring back, as much as you want to bring back stuff, you can't really bring it back to the way you wanted it, because times have changed.
It's not the 90s anymore, it's
Exactly.
not the 2000s. You can't have the same jokes, you can't have the same script.
You can't be crass like that. You've got to be more open to people's, interpretations of things.
It can't be the same.
Yeah. Flip over to Invader Zim. Exactly the same as it used to be. So I watched Invader Zim sort of one. Had no idea any of the characters, what was going on. Only sort of heard it was good and watched some wee clips of it. And I was like, okay, that was interesting. Watched it, fucking loved it.
Nice.
It was really good. Like, Zim is a hilarious alien that just thinks he can take over the world, but he can't because he's useless.
Invader Zim.
And he's always got this guy that's always after him. But when they introduce him, he's overweight and he's stuck on his chair. And it's like, oh, that was my plan all along. I've taken 15 years to wait till you get yourself vulnerable, so I can now take over the world and you can't stop me. He says, so what was your plan all along? And then it just cuts to him sitting in his toilet, just giggling. It's like, you did that whole time? He's like, yep. And then that's like the plot. It just started kicks from there. It's Sim trying to take over the world, and it's really well acted.
Can you watch it without watching?
Yes,
the show?
I watched it and I was like, this is that, because they reintroduced the characters in that. They reintroduced Zim, reintroduced like the fact that he's an alien, the overlords that sent him there because they sent him away because he was like, oh, this guy's an annoying dick. We'll just send him away to Yarf. And
that joke is overplayed.
So they send him there, but Zim's still like thinking the tall ones, as they're called, like the guys that are bigger than Zim, like the statue over him.
Jason.
The Jasons.
Taller than.
So
It's like his only skill though, being taller.
he's only skill. So we think he's got baby. But he's like, so they explain who they are. So they're like a big prominent thing on the series and that. They explain like the main character's dad, what he's like. He's a scientist and invents things and doesn't believe in all this alien nonsense, even though it's right beside him and all that.
Is that like a climate change allegory?
I don't know. It's just more like you've got all this proof and stuff like that, but they make a whole joke of it.
So you've got all this proof, but we've got belief.
Yeah. And it's just like, and then there's a whole thing that happens with his dad that I was like, that's fucking genius.
I might watch this.
It's really fun.
I was putting it off because I wanted to watch Rocko's Modern Life. Like, I was going to download it.
Aye.
That is an absolute classic.
It's on Netflix.
Is it?
It's on Netflix.
The whole show?
Or the whole seasons of Rocko?
Yeah.
No, it's just the Rocko specials.
Like, because I wanted to watch it, or I thought like to watch these films, I had to watch the shows.
With I've been kind of like watching a couple episodes of Invader Zim, and
the controversy, Dom. The controversy is that one character is transgender.
Alright, so a lot of people were like,
What?
Yeah, so in Rocko's Modern Life, there was a character that
Was a
switched.
frog?
Was a frog.
Oh my god, she was a frog.
No, he was a frog. His name was Ralph. He was the character that created the Fatheads cartoon show in the Rocko's Modern Life. So they had to go and find the Fatheads boy, which is named Ralph, and he found him in the desert, and he's like, oh, I went to find myself and shit, but I'm no longer going by the name of Ralph. And he comes out and he's wearing a dress and he's like, I'm going by Rachel, but he still has the same voice that he had from the 90s. She's a computer.
I get it. I get it.
So a lot of people were angry at the fact that they says you're just pushing this agenda into this now because it's been 20 years and everyone's trying to be inclusive. Yeah, but the character's been there and he's been like that sort of monotone sort of character.
Also, he's a frog.
He's also a frog.
Frogs change gender.
Yeah. So, but then people were like, they're pushing it.
People are like, my childhood
is ruined. But then that's why that joke. That's why that joke, like they say at the end of it, it's just like, things change. When's the change? People aren't going to stay the same. People are going to have different goals. People can adapt to these changes. Sometimes,
so
you just got to go with them.
Time changes things.
The winds have changed, say. The times of these are changing. Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan says,
times they are changing. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the podcast this week. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want to follow us on Instagram, that's
Patches Unofficial.
Yeah, thanks you. And if you want to follow us on Twitter, that's
@Patchison.
Well, thank you, Hamish. There. So that's a goodbye from Hamish.
Bye, everyone.
It's a goodbye from Hugh.
Bye.
It's a bye from Dom. See you later, guys.